It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the torchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, Maiyegun don't come, my people make you shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this man not the off in mind, Maiyegun. Maiyegun la wa mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun la wa mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti de o.
Hello there.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun dá wa sí. Maiyegun diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary, diary Politico. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun today.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Yeah.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé.
That's right.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Thank you very much for joining me. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and if you can do me that favor, right, share this broadcast, and if you haven't, you can still like and drop your offering. That's your offering. So today we are taking a bit of a trip with Kolu to Lagos today, his own base, a place that they have to continue to, showcase that, they are saving Lagos, so to say, every now and then to prove that Lagos is his base. But unfortunately today, or before today, there was this announcement, which was to tell everybody that there will be no, there will be no market tomorrow. And then, something like this.
No market tomorrow. Everybody go stadium, go campaign for Tinubu. No market tomorrow. No market is okay. No market tomorrow. Everybody go stadium, go campaign for Tinubu. No market tomorrow. No market is okay.
Anybody, no market tomorrow. That was yesterday. Go stadium, go campaign for Tinubu. And there are already other videos, okay, where people said that if those who fail to go, they will be fined 5,000 naira for not honoring that. No wonder. So from that same stadium today, before we get fully into this, okay, the attendees, those who went there, who honored that call, as much as they have to, get a town crier to tell everybody, see, don't come here tomorrow, everybody short, if you, now you say you be enemy. So even the agberos that are, usually like having, to muzzle you for money on the streets, they were also mobilized. Everybody were there within there. The landlord is having a meeting. What are you doing? Like they say in Yoruba, Oban pe undafa. Tifeba for it, Obaba for binko, Toluamiba for binko. So Lagos landlord. And you see that woman there. Let me see if I can enlarge that. Yeah, tiny. You see this woman, right? You could see the moment I saw that picture, right, from the stadium, I was like, though it may not be what happened, okay, but she fits into the sort of a picture of somebody who probably didn't want to be in that place, like, angry, frustrated, but man, what am I doing here? I closed my shop. How am I going to do it today? All that stuff. But that's exactly what the picture that they painted from what we have seen so far. But nevertheless, Tinubu didn't miss his jibe. Normally, when you see political campaigns, usually from when you are not following that of Nigeria, I'm talking about a proper electioneering process, and they are doing campaigns, right? It is an opportunity for the candidates to tell you about what they want to do and how they are going to do it. They maybe take 1 or 2 or 3 jibes at their opposition and all that. But in that of Nigeria, the reasons why most of us actually listen to what Tinubu had to say anywhere is because we know it's going to say rubbish. It's going to say nonsense. As some are saying to us right now, they are telling us now that he's speaking the language of the gods, which means some of us may not understand everything he says and all that, right? So we follow him because we know he's the biggest comedian right now. So when you listen to their campaigns, it's full of nonsense, non-promising, not inspiring, just about what can we get out of it. Do you get that now? Nothing really inspiring, and that very much is the reason why somebody like me will continue to tell you that investing your time, investing your emotion, investing your resources into believing that Nigeria could be saved with these characters, with this system they put in place that will continue to produce these same characters, no matter how much you detest them. It is called Nigeria system. It will continue to shield them, protect them, and continue to reward them with even more higher positions. So people like us continue to say, why do you really think it's worth it to invest all of this that many of you are investing right now? 2023 and all of that. So our point is that we can show to you that even if you manage, whether you push your own person, or you push your own person, or let me say you push a Tifku, or you push Tifnumbu, or you push Obi, you are ignoring the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is the elephant in the room, the entire system that is already rigged against every one of you. And it doesn't really matter who is in charge. That's the bigger picture. But unfortunately, like normal rituals, right? You will still do what you have to do. But this time around, it is always good and kind of the right thing to do by reminding you of the consequences of your choices. When they emotionally or religiously drag you into this Nigeria nonsense, right? And then they beat you to it, you turn around, you feel cheated, disappointed, angry. Some of you feel so powerless and frustrated. And that's exactly what the Nigerian system represents. That is why the characters like Tifnumbu and others like that are your options that you have today. There's no escape route. Whatever you do, left, right, center, back, front, whatever, within this laid down system that you have, you are what? It's like you are like destroying yourself, so to say. That's the word. Maybe it may be too strong or something, but that's the word. Self-destruction. That's what Nigerian system represents. So I won't invest my emotion into it. I won't invest my energy or my resources. And I won't encourage anybody to do the same, but I will continue to tell you why you shouldn't. So we'll go to Lagos. He was talking in Lagos today and he dropped some few jibes as usual. This time for Atiku, for others and the rest. Then when it was time for him to talk about all the allegations and everything flying around and all that, he couldn't say anything. But there's somebody there to do it. But it's Lagos. He's your landlord. He's the president of Lagos. And you have the Agberos, who are more violent, who are more vocal, are more present than the real of you who they are milking, extorting, muzzling, and bullying into doing whatever they want and getting away with all of them. So your landlord was going to be in town. Therefore, it's not going to be a cakewalk or something. It has to be a big entrance, a big show. So it was a big roll call. It all started from his bodilon home. A glimpse.
Let's go and take our own
So that was the start. Before 9:30, before 10 a.m. today, the entire place was already like almost filled up. Do you get that now? I mean, close your shops. You have to be at the stadium. You must go to the stadium. If you don't go to the stadium, you know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? Like, this is a place that you are meant to be very popular. Like, people should willingly just say, today we are going. Sure, you get. But you know the story, Abby. Now, in order for your landlord to be sure that you know that he wants to be your president, it has to be a grand entry. I think this must be, I don't know, maybe from Bodilon to, some of you know Lagos very well. Tell me, where do you think this was? you get? Like, Ashiwaju, for the that's Ashiwaju. Those two couldn't make it to the stadium or something. I mean, it's Lagos, it's his place, he's the president. Yeah, he's been the godfather there. He made a lot of them who are your leaders in their right too. So he has to be like, imagine when he becomes your president proper. Or more, you go see show, you go see film, Buhari Pro Max. Ogbajabi Amule was on hand to first wet the floor, especially on some of the rumors, like they call it, the rumors. It says is drug accusation, is education, is childhood history, is all those stuffs that have come to the open about Tinubu. He himself probably won't be able to even remember to put, how to put words together and make sense out of that, right? But Gbajabiamila Amole was on hand, ladies and gentlemen. When they got into Tafawa, what's that called again? Teslim Balogun Stadium, TBS, Abi. So that was the wetting the floor. But let's listen to Bajabia, the Speaker of the Nigerian House of Representatives, dispelling some things that we now know about Tinubu, if you have the time.
Okay, everybody keep quiet. I want to say something very important. Everybody, absolute silence. One more. Thank you. Everybody, one minute, please. You see what we are doing here today? We are here to energize the base. We are here to rally the base. This is not the real campaign. You see, everybody here is batified, correct? Everybody here is batified. We are here to showcase ourselves. There is a small group outside. There is a very small group outside. In any election, they are called the undecided voters. They are called the swing voters. Now, I want to talk to those swing voters through you, our members. Because once you are energized, they will be energized. They will ask you a lot of questions. I want to tell you what to tell them. There's something called frequently asked questions. We call them FAQ. Frequently asked questions. They will ask you, who is Tinubu? Tell them. When they ask you who is Tinubu, tell them, Femi Gbajabiamila, the Speaker of the House, said Tinubu is the greatest politician in modern day Nigerian politics. They will ask you, how old is he? What is his age? Tell them that Femi Gbajabiamila, the Speaker of the House, said he is the age his mother said he is. And if they doubt his age, they should go and meet his mother to reconfirm. They will tell you, but they said that he did not go to school. Tell them that I, Femi Gbajabiamila, said he is more educated than all the contestants put together. But they said they want him in America. Please don't argue with them. Tell them that the Americans have said repeatedly that they do not know what they are talking about. They will say, but they say that he is corrupt. Tell them he is the most investigated Nigerian presidential candidate in the history of Nigeria, and nothing has been found on him. When they ask about a Muslim vice president, tell them that God is moving mysteriously in ways that they cannot understand. That he is about to do something in Nigeria. Tell them in Shetima, God is about to live out the scripture of the rejected stone that became the cornerstone. If they ask you what has he done to develop Nigeria, tell them he has developed men and women who in turn have developed Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, tell them to give you one name, just one. Any other candidate that has developed men and women of consequence today in Nigerian political and socio-economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to be said. I am being told left and right that the crowd is thinning because of the sun. I want to thank all of you for being here today under scorching heat and sun. You are, and the subsequent governors are invested in Southeast and Southwest in Lagos State. It is time for you to invest in him. We want to bless you, we want to thank you for being here today. We thank you for, under the circumstances, gathering to showcase the man of the moment, the Jagaban of the world, the one who they have tried everything they can, but remains standing, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. APC! 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 Thank you.
Those are his records. He has made many, many thieves who have also fleeced Nigeria. Gbajabiamule is one of them. It is just what it is. Like they said, it is their turn. But if you ask Tinubu himself to defend himself, then you know what will happen. Maybe I don't, maybe you don't. Let's go back to that venue. Unfortunately, he spoke mostly in Yoruba, but access him, look at him. The one that now speak in the language of the gods, but he speaks in Yoruba. If I have people who can interpret for us right there in the comment section, that would be so great. But let's get down to the place first.
Èmi nìkan kọ́ mo wá, mo ní bàbá nígbẹ̀jọ́, mo wó lọ, mo bá tí ọ láti yí lọ́nà, yẹlá rí ẹ̀kẹ́. APC. Pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ kan, tàbí mo rè jọba lọ. Pẹ̀lú inú kan, ṣàkóso ní blessing. Torí mo gbàgbọ́, ẹgbẹ̀rún ṣubú lọ́tún lọ́tún. Fún kọ́kọ́ kò ní sọmọ lọ́rùn. Wọ́n kẹ́rọ pàdé tèmi. Èmi nìkan kan fún wa.
Through my national chairman,
èmi nìkan kọ́ mọ̀ wá mo ní bàbá nìgbẹ́jọ́ owó la pàtí ọlá area.
My national chairman and his member of the executive committee. I thank very much the governor and the member of our party in Lagos for doing a yeoman job and putting this rally together. I am indeed grateful to God Almighty, to all of you people, to the people of Lagos, to the members of the cabinet of Buhari, the national chairman was almost pasted like a pancake. He got here. He spoke his mind. He commended all of you. I say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is a boom revolution. Yes. Boom. 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 Boom.
Sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ẹ, ayé rí mú ẹ sí. Àkọ́bí aṣíwájú. Sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ẹ, ayé rí mú ẹ sí. Múnimúni kì í mọ̀ ṣá.
Sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu rẹ,
ayé rí mú ẹ sí. Àkọ́bí múnimúni kì í mọ̀ ṣá. Sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ẹ, ayé rí mú ẹ sí.
Orin yìí gan-an tí ìyá mi máa ń kọ kọ́lọ́mù oríjì wọn kó tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ ó ní dágunró ò ṣe jẹ́ dágunró ò ṣe jẹ́ ìyẹn jẹ́ tẹ̀tẹ̀ ẹ bá jẹ́ dágunró dágunró ò ṣe jẹ́.
Aṣíwájú dágunró ò ṣe jẹ́ àkọ́bí. Dákúrò ò ṣe jẹ, àkọ́bí dákúrò ò ṣe jẹ, ìjẹ́ tí ẹ jẹ tẹ̀tẹ̀, ẹ má jẹ dákúrò ò ṣe jẹ.
Tinubu ò ṣe jẹ, Tinubu ò ṣe pa, ìyẹn tí ẹ tẹ yẹpẹ̀, ẹ má tẹ Tinubu. Tinubu ò ṣe pa.
Aṣíwájú Tinubu ò ṣe pa. Tinubu ò ṣe pa. Ìgbà tí ẹ pa lágbájá, tẹ́ ẹ pa tọ̀mẹ̀dù. Aṣíwájú ò ṣe pa.
APC. APC.
Progress.
God Almighty, we bless all of you. We bless the governor and his cabinet who put this rally together. I don't feel anything is missing here today, but a promise that we will continue a progressive government for this country where everybody will be included. You will not be forgotten in education, in health care, in employment. You will not be forgotten. We will do our best. It is not easy at the starting point, but Nigeria has seen progress. I know one man, one selfish man. Let me detour a little bit. He been running since 1999. Yeah, Atiku. Atiku. Àwọn vehicle, articulated vehicle. Wọ́n gbọ́ lápapá o. Aaron. Olóhùn. Ó rọ̀ lórí PDP. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Ó rọ̀ lórí ACN. Àgbà lẹ́tùn.
Àwọn bíbí sólóore ṣẹ̀ráyé.
Àwọn bíbí sólóore nìyẹn.
Ìsọ̀wọ́ aláàbùkù àfibí sólóore.
Ẹ fi bò sọ fún kó lọ jókòó lé. Ẹ lọ fìbò yín. PVC yín. Ó ní kẹ́ wá fi nà lẹ́gbàá kẹ́ fi rìtáyà ẹ̀ lọ́tẹ̀. Ó ló wá PDP. Kí lẹ máa dìbò fún? Kí lẹ máa dìbò fún? Ẹnáwó yín sókè tó bá jẹ́ APC ni.
Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Bó bá bá jọ́bù, àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o. Ẹ̀yin ará mi, bó bá di ìjọba ọ̀fẹ́ dìbò, àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí.
Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o.
Ẹ̀yin ará mi, bó bá di ìjọba ọ̀fẹ́ dìbò, àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Thank you.
Thank you. Ẹ̀yin ẹ má gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń wí. Mo kàwé ẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí. Olóòrọ̀ láti better Nigeria future. Ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún náà fi wà ń bẹ̀. Estimated billing náà ń fún yín. Ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún náà fi wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n rántí Badagry Road. Wọ́n rántí East West Road. Wọ́n rántí ọ̀nà Gavancha, ọ̀nà Sokoto, ọ̀nà Gadu.
I mean, see, I just want to ask an honest question. I know many of you are watching alone. So if this question comes now, it comes to you directly. So be honest. Throughout that 9 minutes of the blabbing Bala Bulu and Bulu Bala, tell me at some point you didn't just like break out laughing when you are watching, like just break out laughing. Number one, when you see old people who are suffering from dementia, from those who have had the experience of taking care of them, they said, usually when you see them, when they haven't really lost it completely, they can communicate for just about 5 minutes. Then they will lose it, then they will come back, then they, you know what I mean? In interval, I mean, you know. But something about dementia patients is that one thing that they remember, even if that thing is 50 years ago, they will still be talking about it as present thing. Tinubu sopoti law. Law. That is why Ayinde have to be interfering in his, what do you call it? And they has to be intervening, coming in, like using song to, 7 years of APC. Tinubu is telling you that we promise you that we will give you education. And some of these things, by the way, do you by any chance actually feel any motivation? Like, I kind of love what he's talking about. I'm going to ask you to try something very soon. Possibly, I'll show you. There's nothing motivating. I mean, like motivating in what, in his posture and all of that, but just joke. Then Atifku. Atifku, as we go man run more now. Tell Atifku not to run now. Why is he running? Use your Igbo to retire him. Tinubu, and that's just the beginning. If you are not in a rush, here is another one where he's telling them about, I don't know, at a point, he started asking them, do you love me? Do you love me? Because you have to keep telling people with dementia that you love them. Yeah. Especially if they ask for it. Back to Atifku.
Yeah, Atiku. Atiku. Àwọn pẹ́fẹ́kù articulated vehicle.
Some of you, I pray you get a sort of a forgiveness. My brother, Ahmed Buhari, I actually didn't know that you are watching with us, which is good. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see that our Ahmed Olanrewaju that is on YouTube with us. That is the young man that worked with this platform to help bring about the reports from the suburb of Yoruba land, especially the areas affected by the Fulani terrorism. Is a very resourceful person. And I'm so grateful to you, Baba, for that. However, some of you believe that Nagbana, I don't think Nagbana, I think it's na dementia. Let's continue.
Yeah, Atiku. Atiku. Àwọn pẹ́fẹ́kù articulated vehicle. Wọ́n gbọ́ lápapá o. Aaron. Olóhùn. Ó rọ̀ lórí PDP. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Ó rọ̀ lórí ACN. Àgbàlẹ̀tùn.
Àwọn bíbí sólóore ṣẹ̀ráyé.
Àwọn bíbí sólóore nìyẹn.
Ìsọ̀wọ́ aláàbùkù àfibí sólóore.
Ẹ fi mo sọ fún kó lọ jókòó lé. Ẹ lọ fìbò yín. PVC yín. Ó ní kẹ́ wá fi nà lẹ́gbàá kẹ́ fi rìtáyà ẹ̀ lọ́tẹ̀. Ó ló wá PDP. Kí lẹ máa dìbò fún? Kí lẹ máa dìbò fún? Ẹnáwó yín sókè tó bá jẹ́ APC ni.
Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Bó bá dojú àbò, àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o. Ẹ̀yin ará mi, bó bá díjọba ọ̀fẹ́ dìbò àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí o. Ẹ̀yin ará mi, bó bá díjọba ọ̀fẹ́ dìbò àmì ìgbálẹ̀ ni ẹ tẹ̀ka sí. Thank you.
Thank you. Ẹ̀yin ẹ má gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń wí. Mo kàwé ẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí. Olóòrọ̀ láti better Nigeria future. Ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún náà fi wà ń bẹ̀. Estimated billing náà fún yín. Ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún náà fi wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n rántí Badagry Road. Wọ́n rántí East West Road. Wọ́n rántí ọ̀nà Gavancha, ọ̀nà Sokoto, ọ̀nà Kaduna. Wọ́n rántí Second Niger Bridge. Àfi bí sólóore ni wọ́n. Ẹ má dá wọn lóhùn.
Ẹ má ṣe gbára lé wọn, ọ̀dàlẹ̀ ni wọ́n. Ẹ má ṣe gbọ́kàn lé wọn, wọn ò dá.
Dárúkọ wọn ò dárúkọ náà. Dárúkọ wọn.
Ẹ má ṣe gbára lé wọn, ọ̀dàlẹ̀ ni wọ́n. Ẹ má ṣe gbọ́kàn lé wọn, wọn ò dá. Ó ti di ṣe wọn, ó ti di wá wọn, ó dẹ̀ ti mọ́ wọn lára. Má ṣe gbára lé wọn, ọ̀dàlẹ̀ ni wọ́n. Má ṣe gbọ́kàn lé wọn, wọn ò dá.
Ṣẹ́yìn náà rí ẹ̀rí Kánò bí àbẹ́ ẹ̀rí. Ẹ̀rí Katsina bí abẹ́ ẹ̀rí, ẹ̀rí Kaduna bí abẹ́ ẹ̀rí, ẹ̀rí gbogbo àwọn gọ́vnà Jigawa bí abẹ́ ẹ̀rí, ẹ̀rí gọ́vnà Kebbi bí abẹ́ ẹ̀rí, ẹ̀rí Kwara bí abẹ́ ẹ̀rí, gọ́vnà Kwara, ẹ̀rí gbogbo wọn yẹn. Ẹ̀rí ti Plateau bí ní sọ̀kankan nù. Ní sọ̀kankan nù lára wọn. Àwa pẹ̀lú wọn ládìjọ́ máa ṣèjọba yìí pẹ̀lú yín. Wọ́n wá fi kàn yín lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹgbẹ́ Èkó làwọn fara mọ́. Pé Bọ́lá Tinubu aṣíwájú. Ẹkùn ọmọ Àṣàbí.
À ń sọ̀rọ̀ fáwọdé yìí o. Àwọn là ń sọ̀rọ̀ fáwọdé gbogbo Nàìjíríà. Aṣíwájú ti dé, ìrọ̀rùn dé, àkànbí dé, owó dé, àkànbí dé, iṣẹ́ dé. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà o. Àwọn là ń sọ̀rọ̀ fáwọdé yìí o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ mi ni ẹ kí n gbọ́, àkànbí ewé ayò, ewé tún méje, ìtú lónìí kan tún ẹ ṣe, ìta lónìí kan fà ẹ mọ́ra, àìbínú kókún àtàrẹ, kókún méjì ọkà bàbà, kókún mẹ́ta ọkà wáṣẹ́, orí ló túmọ̀ ẹnu, gbogbo ọ̀nà ní túmọ̀ ẹsẹ̀. Akọni ìmọ̀ tún ìmọ̀ jọ, ìwé kíní wọn kì í dálẹ̀, tọ́ba lọ mẹ́lẹ́mọ́, wá bí jóye ẹlẹ́mọ́, tọ́ba lọ mẹ́fìrì, wá bí jóye ẹrùkù. Akọni bọ́wọ́wọ́ bá bẹ̀fín, wá bí jóye alárẹ̀, Ọlọ́run dákun má padà lẹ́yìn yẹn. Kó má gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀. Aṣíwájú àkọ́bí Ọlọ́run dákun má padà lẹ́yìn yẹn kó má gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ àkọ́bí torí pé ó ṣe fónílé ó ṣe dáadáa. Aṣíwájú ṣe fàlejò ó ṣe dáadáa. Olókòwòdè ó ṣe fónílé ó ṣe dáadáa. Àkọ́bí ó ṣe fàlejò ó ṣe dáadáa. Àsìkò ti tọ́ka sẹ̀sọ́ ẹ̀rù. Àsìkò ti tọ́ka sẹ̀sọ́ ẹ̀rù. Àsìkò ti tọ́ka sẹ̀sọ́ ẹ̀rù. aṣíwájú àsìkò ní tó kàṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Anybody for APC aṣòwò àjèrè àkèrè òkòdélé àwọn títí wọ́n ti bàjẹ́ wọ́n ní kó dánmọ́ tiwa ẹ má ṣe bá wọn jà ìbò ní ẹni ọjọ́wọ́ ẹ má ṣe bá wọn jà ẹ má ṣe bá wọn jà sẹ́ o ìbò ní ẹni ẹ má ṣe bá wọn jà o ìbò ní ẹni o àkọ́bí kọ́ má ṣe bá wọn jà o ìbò ní ẹni o. Ojú ayé, ojú ayé, ìlú ń bẹ lẹ́yìn àwọn èèyàn ń bẹ lẹ́yìn àkọ́bí ẹgbẹ́ jẹun sókè. Aṣáájú ọ̀gá mi, àkọ́bí adé. Àkọ́bí adé. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà wọ́n retí ẹ. Wọ́n retí ẹ. Àkọ́bí, gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà wọ́n retí ẹ. Wọ́n retí ẹ.
Some of you said it's so irritating. I agree. But it's actually to let you know what you are all up against. And as Yorubas yourself, did you see that? Like, that should be, like I said, an opportunity for him to at least say something. But he's not there to say anything. Like, it's not about them. It's just about him. And there's nothing you can really connect to and say, that's what, this is something that make me, everything is being made up for him. Just like they did for Buhari. How did that end? How did that go? And they won't let him talk. And that is deliberate. When he's saying something as a sign of dementia, he's completely lost. And when he's lost, and they will jump in, spend like 3, 4, 5 minutes singing. Then Tinubu will be singing along. I can't be almost shall be and all that nonsense. That's the campaign. And that is what somebody's going to be busy on social media telling you. I mean, come on, man. Not that they care, but there is more from where that comes from, because there's still something you haven't heard yet. Relax. And then listen to this.
Ibi tá a gbé wá yìí ládúró sí. Àkọ́bí Adémi ò ṣe fọ́dúnbọ́. Olùkọ́ wọlé ara mi aṣíwájú. Ibi tá a gbé wá yìí ó ṣe tààrẹ̀ sá. Àkọ́bí Adémi àrẹ̀sá wọlé. Àsìkò náà wakọ̀ ẹ̀ aṣíwájú. Àsìkò náà wakọ̀ ẹ̀ olódòdó. Aṣíwájú ọ̀gá mi bá ti jọ lórí. Ìdùnnú ti dé ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Ìdùnnú ti dé gbogbo Nàìjíríà. Bàbá wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bá sọ èébú òkú kùsọ.
Wàsíù.
Ẹ̀yin ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ wà láì dá. Àmọ́ iye. Ẹni tó bá yó kó má yọ̀ láyọ̀ jù. Ẹni ebi ń pa kó má má fi ṣèbínú. Sọ fún wọn tó já wọn lọ lánàá. Kó sì já wọn lọ lè bí ọ̀tá wa. Aṣíwájú ọ̀rẹ́ èèyàn tó bá ti ń bá ẹ̀ẹ́dà àwa ló ń bá wí. Àwa ní sọ́jà Àkànbí aṣíwájú.
Ẹbí wọn lọ lé.
Àkànbí kì í ní kọ̀ọ̀kọ̀ ìṣe. Ẹ̀sán fara ló sọ. Ẹ̀wù kọ̀ọ̀kan ariwo ìrẹ̀kùn èdè sọ́bọ̀dọ̀. Ẹ̀bẹ̀bẹ̀ ìfẹ́. Bàbá wa ti dé. Bàbá wa ti dé. Aṣíwájú ayétàwí ti dé. Ìwọ̀n náà fẹ́ kọ́lọ́run ó ṣe ọlọ́run ti ṣe. Àkànbí oúnjẹ láì wá ẹ́. Aṣíwájú kíbi tó bá wà láwùjọ. Àkànbí ojoro mi jò. Ojoro mi jò. Ojoro mi jò. Ojoro mi jò. Mo bá. Mo bá fẹ́lẹ́ kúrẹ́ mi. Ohun abínibí kì í wù ní. Ìbá wọn omi dúdú fojú jàre. Thank you.
Great Nigerian student, great Nigerian youth, the smartest Nigerian youth. The smartest of the smartest Nigerian youth. The greatest of 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 the greatest. Are you great? God bless you. God bless you. Go and take your PVC and you vote APC. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Go and take your APC, and you must vote. You must go that morning. I'm coming back. Thank you very much. Go in peace. Be in peace. God will guide you. God Almighty will bless all of you. God will give you your heart's desire. God will make a success of you. You've seen a success of that little young boy, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. You have seen the success of Kadri Emsat. And they are ongoing. Are you going to vote for them? They are repeaters. You will repeat the class for them. For me, for you, for the progress of Lagos State, for the stability of Lagos State. Will you vote for them? Yes! Let me see your hands up.
Ẹni máa bá ẹ ṣòṣèlú o, a ní sẹ́ńsì tó mórí pé. Òṣèlú o, ẹni máa bá ẹ ṣòṣèlú o, a ní sẹ́ńsì tó mórí pé. Aṣíwájú
want to go, but it is time. Too many of our people travel long distances.
Now, I am so sorry that I subjected you to that long period of that traumatic watching. I'm sorry. It is deliberate because I actually wanted you to take your time and possibly see what I missed when I anticipated their Lagos rally or campaign. Something that I would normally make a Tinubu feel at home and possibly say something that you can easily hold on and say, okay, well, he said this, he said that. But ladies and gentlemen, the combination of all of the clips that you watch now is a total of 28 minutes. And that is just me cutting some other rubbish that I didn't want to share with you. But you see every part of where Kolu was sandwiched on that stage, completely lost and in his own world. He's somewhere else. Those ones are the full details of what happened there. Something that you will be like, okay, let us go and listen to the full speech. Oh, you are just trolling him because you don't like him. Did you listen to what he had to say? Have you listened to Tinubu before? He's so intelligent. He's a very, very intelligent man, all of that. And they said he's the most educated among all your presidential contenders. I bet, apart from the fact that so many of you stayed back watching, because somehow, it is also a comic relief to you. And listen, that is being sincere. Many of you were laughing as he was there every time they kick him back to life. When Ayinde is singing and all of that, yeah? Singing his praise. And he would just, 26 minutes of comic relief. That is what you watching me right now, Lagos Abobaku, that is what you are blackmailing your brother, blackmailing your sister, calling them names, because they choose not to be bamboozled, to be deceived, manipulated, or blackmailed, or bullied into taking a quarter to expire product of somebody like Tinubu, who is medically, mentally, invalid. You know that. That is the person you are blackmailing and calling your own brother's names for. What exactly would you say he said in all of that clips that you remember? Apart from the go and take your APV, APC, and votes. Apart from that, 26 minutes of rubbish. 26 minutes. And that's the same everywhere. They gave you transmission, they gave you meter, they didn't give you blah, 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 blah. Same thing is said just a moment back when he was in Bonyi. I'll play that back again. So similar.
We have no blinker of electricity. They spent more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
Now that makes sense to you. Did that make any sense to you? He speak in the language of the gods these days. And that is somebody that you wish your fellow Yorubas so much evil because they chose not to be part of that, part of this charade and nonsense. Is that the thing? Eh? It is what it is, as they say, but at the same time, when you make your choices, you should remember that the consequences of these choices are not mostly limited to you. Unfortunately, is an empty barrel, an empty shell of his supposed old self, but with the jackass, criminals loitering and hibernating behind the power base. It doesn't really matter. They can play the whole people. As long as they get the power, it doesn't really matter, does it? And that is why he said, meanwhile, somebody gave us a hint. I'm going to play this, just something I want to say next.
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know. Are we not? Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that, you know, our leadership should have a rethink. Because the truth is this. I will not stand here on the mandate of Lagosians and then allow our great party APC to fritter away that.
Well, the rest they say is history now. But there is something there, which is that whatever you get is what you, in a way, ask for, even if some of you didn't. But there is this effort. I don't know if many of you have noticed. There is this effort to continually to validate that this is Lagos. If Tinubu is not welcome anywhere or everywhere else, this is Lagos. And anybody trying to say that Tinubu will lose Lagos or wherever, if that person is an enemy, we need to show to you that it's not going to happen. But like the validation, but asking people to lock their shops because they want to go and listen to an invalid Tinubu to do while he dances and sing along with Ayinde. Isn't that so ridiculous, if you ask? Maiyegun waiting be your own, leave am. Now your baba, now your this and that. Of course. But the bottom line is that just be very, very aware of what you are asking for. And at the same time, as they say in Yoruba, ki jeti baba tomo kuma lala. I'm a Yoruba man. We know these guys. Go down to that same Yoruba land. 23 years of democracy in Nigeria. Trillions of their naira passing the hands of different kleptomaniacs. In the last 23 years, I've turned Yoruba land, which is the western region of Nigeria, more or less into a ghetto. And when they talk about the poverty capital, the numbers in the basket called the poverty capital of the world, Nigeria as poverty capital of the world, in that basket of the multi-dimensionally poor Nigerians, we have our own share too. When they talk about the poor, destroyed and ruined educational system in Nigeria, where we now have over 22 million out of school children. These are children that are supposed to be in school. They are of school age. They are school age children, but because of the poverty from where they are being raised in Yoruba land, we currently have out of that 22 million. It will shock you. Yoruba have a share of over 4 million out of school children. Can you believe that? That is this record of the rogues that Tinubu have made. He made them, they are governors, they are senators, they are this or that, and they are rich. They have so much money. Therefore, they have a lot of people that depends on them. That means the number of people that have now fallen into poverty has made it easier for them to recruit enough hungry people that will keep telling you that they are doing their best to make your life better, including our one local. But you see, in past, right, where people have had a chance of asking Tinubu, now this is the situation. Sorry, this is also a throwback, okay? It's important for you to know why people like Maiyegun will not pretend. I won't pretend. And you shouldn't as well. And if you have not been pretending about being a Yoruba man and being bullied or bamboozled or blackmailed, rather, use the word blackmail because that's what they use most, okay? Tinubu is empty, is sick, is completely like an empty shell. You can't put him in front of a camera and ask him questions and you will not be like, damn it. I hope these guys not actually want to be president of a country. Seriously. But there are things that they have to sell. There are things that they have to push. And they are religion, tribe, and then your poverty. They bank most on your poverty. How much they feel like you could have been so poor. You would have been more poorer as Yorubas, if not for Tinubu, which is not true. You have been more poorer. Okay? Yorubas have become more poorer. Yoruba towns and cities and villages have become more ghettoish. Seriously. Yorubas have shared in the, you see, when they say unemployed Nigerians, okay, Yorubas share in the basket of those who always spend a lot to go to school. They say, go to school. You need to go to school and get education. If you don't get education, if you are not educated, you are going to become a slave or a sort of a load carrier, alabaru. And you don't want to end like that. So go to school. Our parents spend a lot sending us to school, only for many of us to end up as jobless, useless, unproductive, unemployed, and unemployable. That's a different one, right? Because even the type of education they gave to us eventually will never make us so competitive with today's world. But they are okay with that because it keeps us below, you know, under the table where they can keep many of us in their control. And it's working. Millions of people are like that. But listen, Yorubas, young Yorubas, we have a lot of them in their millions. Right now in Nigeria, they have 43% of Nigerians unemployed. How did they know? There are loads of graduates who have no jobs for years now, and they have become more poorer and poorer and poorer. 43% out of 200 million, or 43% out of maybe 150 million people who are like able to work. That's more than 70 million people. Now, from that basket, imagine the rest of you that you pay through your noses to get a tuition and get all this useless certificate that you are now holding and using as a fraudulent qualification to get into the politics where you can you can possibly loot your own way too. So Yorubas have shared in this unemployment in this Nigeria, and if you know the number, they are staggering. 43% of let's say 70 million people unemployed. That's massive. Had the family members, those who have families, those who have dependents, and the rest of them, they are living in poverty. We are having that share of it. We are better off in 1999 than we are today, courtesy democracy in Nigeria. And who are the actors and characters who have been perpetrating this crime in Yoruba land? Tinubu is their ringleader. So when they say he made people, he made thieves. That's exactly what he did. He made thieves. I'm going to go for a short break. When I get back, I'm going to continue on this. If you still have the time, you can sit back and still watch. I just want to refill my jar. Don't go anywhere. forward. So that's what many of us have said and repeatedly, kind of wanted to know that when you get dragged into this, when you get bullied or blackmailed in a way, and you let them, after knowing all of this, because let me tell you this, you've got nothing to lose. To start with, they've taken a lot from us. They've tried so well, right, to make sure that our dignity, our self-esteem, self-confidence that normally are supposed to have been like built in us as we are growing up, they ensure that they are continually to remain at their lowest ebb. And they are working so tirelessly on that, and by making us even more what? Poorer. So if you pay attention to them and you listen to them, you realize that they are giving you the same thing, promising you the same thing again and again and again. And for those who have kind of been outspoken, people like myself, why should anybody subject themselves into that kind of life, hopeless life that you can see very much that you are being cheated, you are being robbed in a way, and they are doing so by your own complicit and all that. You are being complicit, so to say. You can call it coercion, whatever it is, but you can't see all of this, and still go around, and condemn those who have chosen a different path, the path that you should even be choosing yourself. Normal, right? If people were to be allowed to take their own destiny into their own hands, which I implore you, and I do all the time, from the moment you begin to take your own destiny into your own hands, the lies and the promises of guys like this would never appeal to you. Talk less of the blackmail or the bullying of their vuvuzelas, their foot soldiers, their unbooted slaves. So it starts with you. I am convinced, okay, that if Tinubu become your president, 100%, you are going to look back and look at Buhari, and you're going to be like, wow, maybe you actually misunderstood the Buhari, because you will be wishing and willing that you have you are left with what you're currently experiencing as we speak, because this is like a grand scheme. And us as Yorubas have, not even like up to half of us have been dragged into it. And that is why they make sure that the campaign for self-determination, the advocacy for, the autonomous or the sovereign Yoruba nation, as you would put it, right? They never, ever materialize, and they continue to suppress them, do whatever they can, simply because of what? Because of the grand scheme, which Tinubu himself feels like the Yorubas have no choice but to be part of it. So if you have been one of those who have been like so comfortable trying to blackmail people because of this Tinubu, somehow, it will be my job to continue to show to the Yorubas, the real Yorubas, okay, the real or more core Yorubas, who look at Yoruba land and feel like when they were telling them about democracy 23 years ago, this wasn't what they envisaged. I bet this is not what you envisaged. For those of us who are like old enough to see what it was like when in 1999, when they said that they were starting this demonstration of grace, we didn't know that it was going to be a journey where our future generation, like many of you watching right now, the Indomie generation, are going to be born into poverty, raised in poverty, and you will never know anything about what comfortable, or let me say, what comfort is, or a sort of a comfortable life is. You are born into this misery, you are born into this poverty, and this is all you know. 1999, I bet you, the adults back then, this wasn't what they envisaged. But look at it today. The characters who have shaped this future you are now living in, this life you are living in, they are still very much active, and they are not giving up, because even 40 years from now has been mortgaged off. So what do? Do you still have to keep investing your emotion? Do you still want to like save Nigeria because you believe in Tinubu and all that? You as a Yoruba man, do you see any sort of motivation there, apart from your ignorance of believing that a Yoruba man being the president of Nigeria serves any purpose or any of your purpose, right? Personally, right now, would you say, looking at this Tinubu, it gives you that confidence, that hope that Nigeria can still work for you? In all honesty, of course, you didn't see anything other than the reality you made up yourself, the one you have created, which many, many Nigerians have created as well. Unfortunately, the clash of all these realities is why you have all the confusion that you have today, where everybody feels like they have something they believe will fix Nigeria. When we keep telling you, try all you can. A system that is forcing you to make those decisions is a system that set the rules. Wherever you go north, go east, go west, go south, go wherever you want to go, you're going to end up the same place. A rigged system that wasn't put together by any of you. None of your forebearers signed up for this. Not you. They're not even allowing you to have a choice in it. Therefore, who told you that you have the rule? I mean, you have the control that says your decision is going to make your life better when you are not even in control of that your life. And many of you may not believe this. You are not. And since you are not, they control it. You are just a puppet. Once you say I'm a Nigerian, I'm a proud Nigerian, you are just a ready-made puppet. And your puppeteer is the same system. And I've told you this, by the way. The lies they have told you is that Nigeria will be great one day. But that's a lie. Because if you pay attention to the characters who are in charge of working to make that Nigeria great, you will realize that every day, every hour, every opportunity they have is to wreck that Nigeria. And if you don't believe me, tell me how you arrive at this point. Tell me how you arrive at this so divided. Tell me how you arrive at this poverty level, this corruption level, this underdevelopment, and the rest of our propagandas they are flung on your faces. So to say, how did you arrive at that? The engineers, the workers, the deciders, the policymakers, the decision makers who said they are building a Nigeria that will be great one day. You know they are not. They are busy looting all the materials, looting all the ingredients, all the components that could build a great nation. They are looting all of that. You know that. They are dipping you in debt. They are dipping you in poverty. Now you are surrounded by terrorism. Now this is not even moving them. They don't see that they've done anything wrong. Then you sit back and you listen to somebody like Kolu again, and you said you have a future because he promised you one. Listen to me. This may continue to sound to you like something that is impossible, but listen, until you stop agreeing or believing that they have something to offer, which you do know they don't, until you stop and you begin to detach, as usual, like many of us who have chosen that if an opportunity presents itself, which we will fight and work and do everything possible, humanly possible, to make happen, we will choose the Yoruba nation. You will choose where you come from. And this is not even about what people are saying or what is this or that today, because it is exactly what your forebearers, our forebearers, signed up for. They were respected for who they were, and they were acknowledged and recognized for who they were. They gained sovereignty for who they were. And that exactly, I believe, is who we are until Nigeria happened to us. And look at us today. They talk about unity. They talk about progress. They talk about peace. They talk about a lot of things. Normal things that usually, if they exist, should make life a little bit more bearable, at least stable. Not like the chaos we have in Nigeria, created by these criminals. You know them, they have names. You know them, they have faces. They have titles. You own them, or should I say they own you, and you love them differently. So to say, a fraudulent contraption that they forced on us, that's not what our forebearers signed up for. And when somebody says they are Biafrans today, or they are a Jaw nation today, they are Yoruba nation today, they are this or that today, listen to me, they are not made up synonyms, or should I say names. People have identity that Nigeria want to bury. And as long as you continue to bury them and bury the people that speaks out against your unfair, unfair Nigeria, the more you do that, the more you kiss the word unity, progress, peace. You kiss them goodbye, because they are not just words. They are actions. They are words that should be followed with actions. And you can only have peace when the people agree to live together. Do you understand? So when you have a chance to reflect and think and say, what exactly would be the purpose, your purpose as a Nigerian, and whose hands are these purpose or purposes are going to be achieved, then you see the crooks who have made your life hell already, promising you hope, and you believe that. So one day when you detach, like I said, when you detach yourselves, when you begin to see beyond the facade, when you begin to see beyond the lies, when you begin to see beyond your own fraudulent and false reality you created, and you see so clearly, you won't be so hungry when somebody says, do you know who you are? And you say, yes, I do. And are you courageous enough, bold enough to team up with others like you and then bring about that your almost buried, traded off identity? Do you get that? It won't be hard. And that is why somebody like myself, Maiyegun, I will continue to show you why I choose a peaceful dissolution of Nigeria. Because if people fail to agree, if people have nothing in common, in a way, if there are no mutual agreement, listen, if there are no mutual agreement, there will be no mutual respect. And if there are no mutual respect, in this case, there is no unity, there will be no progress, there will be nothing existing other than us just existing for existing sake. And we all have short time to live in this world. If you live long enough in your life, or if you're opportuned as a human being, you live for maybe 100 years, maybe 80 or 90. Now, if you get to 80, 90, and 100, in this 100 years, that if you are lucky, the most active part of them, they are just about 40 years of your life. How? From the moment you are able to identify that this is life and this is what it takes to survive in it, that starts from when you probably turn 10. Now, from the moment you turn 10, then you become a teenager, and then you have a long stretch to either make an impact that will affect the coming generation, or you turn 60, and then you become weaker, unambitious, and then not motivational anymore, so to say. So you have a very short time, and a lot of you are already, that time have been stolen away from you. That opportunity to aspire, to get a little bit of ambition, to be great, to experiment, and even get to the possibly the height or the zenith of your potential as a people. They have stolen all of that away from you. The ability to even think that way, they've taken that away from you. So when people have no respect for themselves because they are forced together against their will, against their wish, they were not asked, then you can't tell them about peace. You can't tell them about unity. Even if they continue to pretend that they want to be united, it is just going to be the unity of the graveyard, as they say, the peace of the graveyard peace. No be peace. That's exactly what Nigeria is experiencing. Now, the opportunity for you to say, listen, even if you want to continue with this Nigeria, you should have a chance of having a say. Because personally, people like us choose that if we have a choice to make, which we would have eventually, we will not choose Nigeria. Do you understand? I'm not saying there are others, many like you, many people watching me right now, that will choose Nigeria again and again and again. Of course. But do you know the problem? There are millions of us as well across that same Nigeria, that if we are given an opportunity to say Nigeria or Middle Belt, I'm just going to make up some of these names, okay? Let's say the people of Middle Belt, get your own republic or choose Nigeria. There will be percentage of them that will choose Nigeria. But I can bet this with you, free of charge. There are many of them that would not choose Nigeria. Same thing in this Arewa North. Are you with me? If you give them the chance to fill a questionnaire and say, would you choose Nigeria or choose Zarewa? It will shock you that the larger percentage for their own religious or whatever other reasons, right? They will choose Zarewa Republic. Same thing with the Biafrans. Same thing with the people of the Western Nigeria. See, even the Ijaw nation that are saying that they are not Biafrans, if you give every individual that same ticket and say choose, it will surprise you. But that is what is missing. None of us is asked, not our forebearers, not our forefathers. They just said Nigeria is existing and we have to take it that way and we must do everything to make it work. You just make it work. You don't get any other country. That is misleading. And as you can see, it has never worked. It is not working and it will never work. What are the reasons why it's not working? Because we are not supposed to be together this way. There should be some level of, administrative autonomy. Something that says, you see, this area, this territory, belong to the people of this area. And when you go there, this is their way of life. And this is their way of this or that. Respect that. Respect starts from that. Regard starts from that. Peace starts from that. Unity starts from that. But when you give them no choice, and charlatans, criminals, who are milking the system because the system is structured that way, are telling you and speaking for us, look at it. Have you seen the unity? There is none. And there will never be any. There will be none. As long as Nigeria is continued to be forced and kept this way, which Tinubu represents. So when somebody turn around and tell you that Tinubu is speaking for Yoruba, Tinubu is representing Yoruba, is that not dubious? Is that not criminal? As it is misleading? Let's be honest. Tinubu sacrificed the criminality committed against the Yorubas under this APC, Egbekegbe, he sacrificed, he silenced that, he spent a lot with the people they claim that he made. They silenced the Yorubas from speaking out. We are not known for people who just keep quiet. They are kidnapping us. These politicians won't talk about them. You know why? Because they don't want to hurt Tinubu. Because Nigeria is more important to Tinubu than the Yorubas. They are blackmailing you. Yoruba land that they are blackmailing you to support Tinubu for. Do you understand that logic? Do you understand that manipulation? Do you understand that insult? To people like us who see through the lies, it is an insult on us for some agberos, some oceans, some ass lickers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, all risers, humble slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, to be boldly blackmailing you simply because you are a Yoruba, and a Yoruba man or woman, blackmailing you for Tinubu that ordinarily don't give a damn about anything Yoruba, and it's obvious. Yorubas are not known for people to be keeping quiet. They are kidnapping us. We are paying ransom. You are reading about that online. Our people are becoming refugees in Yoruba land. Their media is not saying anything about it. We are not known for that. Let's be honest. If Tinubu is not saying he wants to be president of Nigeria and he is not part of APC, Egbekegbe, are you sure that Tinubu and gang in Yoruba land, they will keep quiet with what is happening right now? Tell yourself the truth. The poverty, the joblessness, the insecurity, the indebtedness, the debt of Nigeria today, they will not be paid. You will never finish paying them for another 99 years. That is the future that they signed up for. Would Tinubu keep quiet? Let's be honest. Would he keep quiet if it's not with APC? And then, you know what I mean? He's not saying, or let's even say he wants to be president, but he's not a member of APC. Do you think some of these guys, Fashola and the rest of them, they'll keep quiet? Would you keep quiet? You watching me right now? Bele lecturer, Mumu lecturer, and the Mumu Madus, all of una, Abrodian Mumu Madus, as Yorubas, blackmailing Yorubas right now. would you keep quiet if you are not, if Tinubu is not saying he wants to be president, and then you are not a member of APC? Would you keep quiet with what is happening? Are the Yorubas known for keeping quiet with all of this? So that is where you realize that you are being played. You are being manipulated. They are dipping you into poverty. They are dipping you into insecurity. They are dipping you into underdevelopment. And you can feel all of this. But they are mostly blaming you for what you are going through, or they are asking you to stop complaining. It will first get hard before it gets better. Is that exactly what you really want? So not be me you they do, now yourselves. And that is why we said that we must make sure that when you tell the people why you are not interested in their Charade election, okay, and as a Yoruba man or an Igbo man, the reason why you cannot be blackmailed into supporting any of their Charade election is because you can see through the lies. The only way they could get you to support them after all of this, you see, those who have destroyed Igbo land, they are Igbos. Those who have looted all, whatever the small share they have given to the Igbo people in the last 23 years, they have been Igbos, those who looted them. Those who have orchestrated the killings of the Igbos in Igbo land, the politicians that they have been Igbos. Those who have kept quiet when the killings have been going on, right there in Igbo land, they have been Igbos. And those who want to be part of Nigeria and continue to get their share, even when the Biafrans are being slaughtered, they are being profiled, they are being gaslighted, and they are being killed every now and then, jailed for discriminative, whatever it is, charges. The people who have the power, who have the mouth, who have everything, and they are part of Nigeria, and they kept quiet, they have been Igbos. Same thing with us in Yoruba land. So when they blackmail you with any of them, the reason why you have to make sure you are very clear-headed and you are very, very, sort of outspoken when you tell them why you don't believe in all of this charade. In fact, why you will rather be for the Biafra Republic, or you will be for the Yoruba nation, which gives you the right to now participate and be part of the decision making. I'm talking about the part of the future that you really want to feature in. The opportunity. So when they say, why now? Why are you not supporting the South? Why are you not supporting Obi now? Why are you not supporting the Southern this? Why are you not supporting Nigeria should be rescued, blah, 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 blah. Just tell them, when you finish wasting your time, when they finish playing you, and in fact, sacrificing you for whatever greed and whatever they are pursuing, I will be here. And I will likely be the shoulder you cry on when they deal with. That's if you are still alive, if you survive enough to be able to cry and not cry blood, because the choice is always yours. You make yourself vulnerable to be manipulated, to be deceived, and then you come around and say God should punish them, God will do this to them. Ladies and gentlemen, let God deal with them first. I mean, let God deal with them, but nevertheless, check your own complicity. Any part of the role, any role you play in all of this, right? I have seen it until that system completely crash and collapse. Until the old fraud they have created crumbles. Everything you think you want to do to rescue Nigeria, you are just wasting your time. And it is just my own chance and every day to remind you of that. Look at them. They are giving you hope. They are promising you this. They are promising you that. But look at the people promising you them. Look at the characters who are talking to you. Look at your lives in the last 23 years. See where they have placed you. Which of the boxes they have placed you? Which of these boxes they have placed you in? Is that the poverty box? Is it the religious box? Is it the tribal or ethnic box? Is it the social class box? Which of them have they placed you in? And which of them are you speaking from? Thinking you have an idea how to fix a system that is deliberately put together to make you poor. If you don't break it, you can't make it. That's why we say, if you love Nigeria, if you love Nigerians, save Nigeria from these hawks, save Nigeria from these hyenas, save Nigerians from these destiny killers. Please, break up Nigeria to save lives. You are going to say that word one day. Yes, you are going to say that sentence. You're going to say that same thing one day But either Nigeria will teach you and make you say it. And when you say it, you're going to mean it. The reason why people like us don't believe in them, and the reason why we keep reminding you that they are not worth anything that you gamble your life on, your future on. If you choose something, even if they tell you it is not possible now, tell yourself it is 100% possible. It starts from you detaching yourself from these criminals. I'll play a bit of this again. It's just a bit of a reminder. I'm going to take calls and tell me if maybe I missed something that should motivate you as a Yoruba man. Without laughing, tell me what is going to motivate you that will make you as a Yoruba man or woman succumb to the blackmail of some cretins, some jobless political jobbers, some social media bandits, and then social media, Facebook adsmen and the rest. Is this enough for anybody to bully you as a Yoruba man or woman to say, I'm a Yoruba man, therefore, is this not an insult? Sorry if I'm playing this again. I became so angry at some point, and I think you should. I'll be back.
Ibi tá a gbé wá yìí ó ṣe tààrẹ sá. Ó ṣe tààrẹ sá. Akọ̀bí Adémi àrẹ̀sá wọlé. Àrẹ̀sá wọlé. Àsìkò náà wakọ̀ ẹ̀ aṣíwájú. Aṣíwájú. Àsìkò náà wakọ̀ ẹ̀ olóde òde. Olóde òde. Aṣíwájú ọ̀gá mi bá fi jọ lórí. Bá fi jọ lórí. Ìdùnnú ti dé ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Ìdùnnú ti dé gbogbo Nàìjíríà. Bàbá wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bá sọ èèbù òkú kùsọ. Wàsíù. Ẹ̀yin ti gbẹ̀rí wà láì dá. Àmọ́ iye. Àmọ́ iye. Àwọn àmọ́ ìyá tó ìmọ̀. Ẹ̀yin ti gbẹ̀rí wà láì dá. Gbogbo ilẹ̀ ó fara. Àkànbí gbàbí má gbàbẹ̀. Gbàbẹ̀ má gbàbí. Gbàbí má gbàbẹ̀. Gbàbẹ̀ má gbàbí. Ẹni tó bá yọ kó má yọ̀ láyọ̀ jù. Ẹni ebi ń pa kó má má fi ṣèbínú. Sọ fún wọn tó já wọn lọ lánàá. Kọ́yọ̀ máa ní wọ̀n. Kó sì já wọn lọ lè ní. Kọ́yọ̀ máa ní wọ̀n. Ẹ má bàrà jẹ́ ọba tó dáyọ̀. Kó jẹ́ gbàgbé ra pẹ̀lú èsì. Ọba tó rà rí ìsìnkì bọ̀ wá pèsè o. Akọ̀bí ọ̀tá ẹ̀ ọ̀tá wa. Aṣíwájú ọ̀rẹ́ èèyàn tó bá ti ń bá ẹ̀yà àwa ló ń bá wí. Àwa ní sọ́jà Àkànbí aṣíwájú. Ẹbí wọn lọ lé. Àkànbí kì í ní kan kò ní ṣe. Ẹ̀sán fara ló ń sọ. Ẹ̀wù kọ̀ọ̀kan ariwo ìrẹ̀kùn èdè sọ́mọ́nà. Ẹ̀mẹ́fẹ́ ìfẹ́ bàbá wa ti dé. Bàbá wa ti dé. Aṣíwájú ayétàwí 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 ti dé. Ìwọ̀n náà fẹ́ kọ́láhùn wọ́n ṣe ọlọ́run ti ṣe. Àkànbí wẹ́ẹ́ lẹ́yìn yẹn oúnjẹ láì wá ẹ́. Aṣíwájú wẹ́ẹ́ lẹ́yìn yẹn oúnjẹ láì wá ẹ́. Ìwà ló yẹ ká lọ Thank you.
Great Nigerian students. Great Nigerian youth. The smartest Nigerian youth. The smartest of the smartest Nigerian youth. The greatest of 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 the greatest. Are you great? God bless you. God bless you. Go and take your PVC and you vote APC. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Go and take your APC and you must vote. You must go that morning. I'm coming back.
So, I mean, if I'm not like, listen, you may like him. I keep telling people, I said, listen, I don't like them. I don't like any of your politicians in any way. Okay? And I monitor them, or should I say I troll them to grab something where they are lying to you and all of that and bring that back and say, is this what they told you? This is what they said, though. Is that what you are believing? Is this the kind of characters that you actually believe in are saying something to you and you hope they would do? Like, that's what I do on MaiyegundsDiary Politico, in a way. But let's be honest, even you supporting Tinubu, let's be honest now. You don't have to type it. In your conscience, you know, they tell yourself, Tinubu is a Tom, man. Be honest. Like, this is not public now. I'm just saying it to you. I know you are watching me. In your mind, you don't need to say it out. Personally, are you motivated when Tinubu is talking? For real? Are you? Law, you are motivated. Tinubu motivates you. So, hello, ma.
Hello, I'm there.
So, I have my first caller tonight. How are you, ma?
I'm very good.
Brilliant.
But
so,
you know, what
you,
really gets me,
go on.
Yeah, what really gets me here now is that, are you telling me that they cannot see what is happening? All these people around him, we have engineers there, we have doctors there. Are you telling me if one loan to buy or what?
It's a combination of all of them, all of the above.
Because this is someone who was demented. Nobody is at home. With Tinubu, nobody is at home.
Yes.
That's a medical term.
Yeah.
They will say nobody is at home. Yeah.
So when they
with
call,
him,
they say,
there's nobody at home.
I'm coming down to your house in another 45 minutes. Is anybody at home? So when Tinubu gave out,
nobody's at home.
No, there's nobody at home. You better come and meet us at the
yes,
shop.
because
like, you know what personally, yeah, you know why I will keep saying this and keep showing this, an average Yoruba man, an average Yoruba is being blackmailed that, listen, Yoruba nation can come later. This is our own. This is our person.
But he's not even competent. And you're only dementia. He's losing it all the time. He's living in the past. Come on.
So,
because they are going to play into Shetima's hand. In short, Buhari Maburo, Buhari Kereo. Because this man is not there. He's not there.
6 months. After
he's not there. Nobody is at home. This guy will just take the reins of power, and that's it. And they can't even get there. They won't have access to
because they are waiting for their turn. They are waiting for their turn as Yorubas. That's why they are pushing all of this so they can get appointments.
No, this is the wrong person to use. I'm not even saying I'm not joking.
Right.
You need to know what dementia is saying. Okay? So, but the level constant could slow speech, eventually it's going to pass on. You know my own prayer to Mumang Babai, because I'm in the medical line.
Right.
Okay? I'm praying keep progression Parkinson de papa before to share. That's just my prayer. So, yeah, so our day level here, I won't go on, they will feel so stupid. They feel so stupid. Because he has to open his mouth. And when he opens his mouth, he's not there. Nobody is at home again. So my own prayer is, God, progression, make it fast enough so that they themselves, they will be there. I don't know, they will be put in the spot.
But
they will be put in the spot.
Do you know something, man? Do you know something, eh? It's like you don't know these guys and how desperate they are. They will use anything to pop him up and push him on and on.
No.
So,
I'm telling you, I think I want to go on Tojuni. I want to Tojuni. I see you now, man. I see you now. I want to go on Tojuni. No, my day level, because we buy. He's living in the past. The other time, Goof also play a action group, okay? Now, then the other time we were talking about down payment of corn or what. I can't make any meaning out of it.
For roasted corn, for generated electricity.
Cluster and word clusters, I'm live in the past.
So I was right. So I was right.
No, you are on top of everything.
Yeah. So when I said
you're on top of everything, right. I'm short. I'm blown away with the way you explain everything. In short, you are a pride to Yoruba nation. I'm telling you this. If nobody has told you that, you are a pride. Come on. In short, you're on top of everything. Even his medical alignment. You're talking it as if you are part of us. Bad. Or bad.
You know something, man, yeah? It is easier to show what I am talking about. Even when people don't understand, all I need to do is just play Tinubu's video. If you're in medical line and you pay attention, it's not hard.
You don't even have to be in medical line.
You don't have to be in the medical line, exactly.
You don't have to.
So obvious.
But about one medical line, you can see that progression. You will be able to doing your assessment. Nobody is at home. Come on. They're just trying to put everything. Nobody's at home.
When he said, he once said they have warned me to stay on the script. So I'm going to stay on the script. And you remember when I said something about basement campaign strategy for him?
I had everything that day. Somebody has to be there, come and queue, and they won't allow you to come in. He can't even convert a conversation. Ojo. Somebody level, he won't even be close, Momo. He won't be able to identify them again. Dementia language. Konile mo, àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀gọ́ kò ní mọ̀ wọ́n mọ́. Bó ṣe wà yẹn sìn kò lè ṣe kíní ẹ̀ mọ̀. Finance, he can't do it. He can't.
No. That is
kò lè ṣe. He can't. Yeah. I bet my own prayer is long.
You know what, man? We as Yorubas, you know, when I said that, I feel every time people try to blackmail us and say, though they've never had their ways, okay? But as Yorubas, when people try to blackmail us because of this Tinubu, is this the best
they can bring out? Come on, it's even a shame to us.
Feel insulted. Somebody is trying to make you see Tinubu differently from what you are saying. And they are doing so
because they are crazy. How can I believe them?
Exactly.
I'm saying something objectively. This is not a subjective. They are being subjective and being objective. Because assessment television. I've not even come close to him. Kimbaso. It's more television movie. They are subjective because they are thinking about the fact that he's a Yoruba man. No, trust me. Because nobody is at home with this guy. He's very dangerous. But my own prayer is along to let the progression come quickly so that yes, along to be because that time, more hide and come on. He can't even talk. He's not even there. Our attorney dementia. No. Mama le waka kiri hey, wala wow. Hey, Jesus.
So they will now put call inside the asshole rock.
Yeah. Yes, let me tell you something. You know, he did one thing. And you'll get it. But a meeting more any profession only problem. Oh, she buy, oh, Ojoko, and see be like the something they gave to him, like a table or whatever. Oh, for what's it? Oh, she buy oh, she but to ya, oh, to know what's a go to enjoy, you know, all those one, 2 people. Now enjoy all the rubbish behavior, and then we'll say, well, I see you. He can't even coordinate, construct a sentence, you know, he can.
Although I might have subjected you to this long, torturous, 25 minutes of watching, but I actually wanted you to see through it and say, man, because he
can't construct a sentence. We word salad, we would jaga ela to past ya emission badra long charge put it so that one hide them. So even somebody magbe do because so dangerous. People boy won't back before because of a low weakness so that shetima gola mama ru our two are more ruthless than Buhari. My foot restructuring you come on. Oh, come on.
So
but you know what?
I know alone if we don't get ourselves
we are done for. We are done for. But I won't say we are done for because God is there watching us and keep along. Exactly. Because you can't put this man. This is a sick man. Nobody is at home. How can you do this to us?
Like the future of millions of people.
A whole country.
Future of the millions of people. It's about
the best job in Nigeria. And dementia. Are they crazy? Now. Is that good? They are wicked. They are wicked. Yeah, it's so sad.
It's not speaking for me. It doesn't represent me. And
engineers, how can they do that?
Engineer will not everybody. Everybody take them out of politics.
Because this man is not there.
Give them time. Thank you so much, Maya. Let me take another call, okay? God bless you. And it's actually a pleasure. Madam Tom.
You're welcome.
Okay, nice evening, yeah? So I have another caller on the line. And we have here. Hello there.
Maiyegun.
Sir.
Let me turn my TV down a little bit. Just give me 1 second.
Mute it or leave the room entirely if possible.
Okay. Thank you for the... Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Thank you for today's show.
Thank you.
May Almighty God continue to be with you.
Amen.
So everything you've been talking about today is just a message for people to see what is going on in that country. So you see the rally, whatever they call that thing. Was that a rally or a carnival?
It was probably a carnival.
Because all we can hear, is Wasiu singing.
Well, do you
that's
know
all we hear singing.
Sir? Do you know that is intentional?
It's deliberate.
It's intentional.
I mean, that's what the station.
Tó bá ṣe tí bàbá ti fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ kó kọrin.
Tí bàbá ti fẹ́ wọ kíní o. tó bá ti fẹ́ wọ kíní o tètè gbá sí o.
tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ mo forí gbáǹdì.
tó bá ti fẹ́ wọ kíní ẹ gbá sí o. so ṣé láwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn I work for Nigeria every single time tí bá wo fídíò tẹ́ ń play yẹn mo kò máa ń mérí ní pé damn kí la ṣe fáwọn people yìí. so àwọn èèyàn lójú wọn fi ríran. just like the first caller said, that man is sick. Everybody knows that.
It's obvious. Kò ń ṣe pé yàn hate ẹ.
It's obvious. Kò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ hate bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ hate bẹ́ẹ̀.
Nǹkan tí mo rí lélẹ́yìí ni mò ń sọ, ó ní mo hate ẹ. Ìwọ tó love ẹ, ó ṣe sòótọ́ fún. Like, how is that hard?
Exactly. Ṣe Maiyegun òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀, òbí òsọkúsọ ni. When you speak the truth, people don't want to hear it at all. They just want you to lie. Oh, this man will do it. You definitely know all these people in there that are just for themselves. When tó gbé flag APC fún kò lè dé mọ́ láti gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀fẹ́ gbé wá ẹ má dojú tí wàá ń gbòòrò kò lè dí mú. So is that the person you want to lead the country to?
Kò tiẹ̀ lè sọ̀rọ̀ 2 minutes uninterrupted 2 minutes ẹ máa wò pé
exactly everything for us. I'm sorry my dad was Tinubu's age whatever he took with it people think he took
London 69 17
17 ṣé bàbá yẹn tó bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ ń gbà mí kàn máa fọwọ́ lẹ́rọ kí ló ṣe yín dáadé ṣé kò sí mo kàn ń ru gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni. So bí bàbá bí Tinubu ṣe ń ṣe gẹ́lẹ́ nìyẹn.
Àwọn àgbàlagbà yẹn bọ́ ní nìyẹn ẹ sà àárín àwọn àgbàlagbà lèmi náà dàgbà sí ṣe get àwọn àgbàlagbà wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà àwọn èèyàn máa sọ pé tó bá ti dàgbà débi kan máa padà dọmọ kékeré most of the time ní pé nígbà tó bá ti dé stage yẹn clash of memories ó kàn máa clash lórí wọn yẹn ní gbogbo time yẹn ìtọ́ bá nẹnu mọ́ yẹn.
tó fẹ́ pẹ́ wọn kó bá mi lọ ra nǹkan wá bẹ̀ Wàsíù omi tí mo ní o bá ń gbé wá ń kọ́.
Omi mi ń kọ́.
Imagine and you can see people wo àwọn èèyàn lọ ti ṣọ́ọ̀bù wọ́n fọ̀ tí wọ́n ní o wọ́n fọ̀ tí wọ́n ní kì í ṣe pé wọ́n dèdè lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn o that is grassroots. tó jẹ́kù ó ṣe fi jẹ́ kán rí popularity ẹ̀ everybody lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣe nǹkan tó bá wọ̀n whoever love you come down there right òṣèlú ò gba bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn Nàìjíríà kan mo ti róṣèlú tó pé tó bá pa bó bá kú lẹ́sẹ̀ it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't.
You are coming there to serve us.
I mean,
you are not the one
you have led them. You have led them for 23 years. They know you.
23 years.
You don't need to.
Right.
You don't even need to move a limb for anything.
Wọ́n dá ti lọ pé town crier àbí báyìí pé balẹ̀ ní kẹwàá tó ti tẹ̀ lọ́la o. Tẹ bá ti tíṣọ̀bù yín ọ̀ràn lẹ́ ń wá o.
Ọ̀ràn ni.
Which is true. Nǹkan tó máa anybody tó bá tíṣọ̀bù yẹn tó kejì ó máa rí. Ó máa rí. So you have to be there. Wọ́n máa mark register. Ìwọ́n tó bá ti lọ tó máa wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lánàá. Gbá mú 5,000 yẹn wá. Ṣé tí ò pa 1,000 ló máa ní kó mú 5,000 wá.
Kó tó ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀bù.
Ọ̀gbẹ́ni yẹn mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ló ṣe fi ọmọ ẹ̀ yẹn ṣe ìyálọ́jà tó fi ṣe yẹn.
And now, very strategic.
Ó ti ń plan it right from the onset. So, ẹ̀ńtà bá sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe gbogbo àwọn ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn tẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ bá ṣe ń sọ yìí náà. People are saying kí là ń sọ. Oníyà wọn ló máa jẹ́ tójú.
Á dẹ̀ ṣojú wa.
As I am now, nǹkan tí n bá ní mi ò lè fún yàn.
That's true.
So tabadẹ̀ ń bá wọn sọ pé this is not the best way for this country to keep going the way it is.
No.
So bá béèrè kan lọ́wọ́ mi tí bá ní mi ò ní you can't force me.
No.
Because ẹ̀yin fúnra yín ló yẹ kẹ́ bọ́tà síbẹ̀ yẹn kẹ́ jà fẹ́tọ̀ yín. Then the next thing they will say Rome is not built in a day. We all know that. But the foundation is rooting already. Why can't we just forfeit everything? Let's just start from the scratch.
Let me ask them, the people who have built Rome, Baba, they were not stealing cement, stealing sand,
they are not
stealing iron,
cement.
stealing block.
No. So, thank you for the good work. Let me let someone else contribute his own contribution. God will continue to be with you, Amen. Your family. I'm like I always say, you are my prophet of my generation.
Thank you, sir.
I love you. I love you so very much, Maiyegun.
Yes, I do.
God will continue to be with you.
Amen.
Let's continue speaking the truth.
We will.
Tó bá pẹ́,
ìtànṣán oòrùn lọ́dún máa fi wọ́n hàn ní àbí ìtànná ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ìwọ gan ẹbí báyìí la máa jókòó sí. A máa rí. So tó bá ti wá ṣẹlẹ̀ tán, we will refer them back to you. Ṣé àbọ̀bọ̀ yẹn bá yín sọ́njà yẹn lẹ́gbọ́n àbí ẹ lọ padà nǹkan tó sọ fún yín? That's the prophet that you're supposed to listen to. Not the one in the church that's telling you to bring your 10%, your tithe or whatever you call it. Ó lè ń sọ fún ẹ pé kò mú tiẹ̀ wá bọ̀. Ojú wa ló máa ṣe. Ọlọ́run nípa ẹnì kankan nù wa. Àwọn ọmọ fún Ọlọ́run nípa kan nù. Kò nípa kankan nù wọn. Ọlọ́run ajá live long o.
Kò everybody live long. Kò everybody wá rí repercussion.
Àwa jẹ́ ti fojú wa rí. Decision anybody make still needs consequence. You all gonna face it one way or the other.
Everyone.
Then thank you so much,
God
man.
bless you, sir. Thank you very much for stopping by. And that's class. Here we go. I have another caller. Is that Kenneth or Ken?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
Hi. How are you? Anyone is fine.
Anyone will walk. I expect that. Okay. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. And you?
Very well. Thanks for asking. So, yeah, you're live as well. You are with us tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, Maiyegun. I was listening to what the other lady was talking about dementia and what's the view. So, and I was like, oh, wow. It's like she just took the word from me. This is the same. See, Maiyegun, what the lady just said is exactly just the way it is. It's not just because Tinubu is having all those health issues, but even look at the people that are coming out, whether they are forced to come out or whatever it is, or the people who are surrounded. Are they any different? The answer is absolutely yes. They are the same thing. These people, and if, okay, let me just take it piece by piece. The people surrounding themselves or who are even supporting this Tinubu, if you recall, when I said it in my previous call, I said, these people are they are irredeemable. You can't redeem them. Even when I was talking about the other one yesterday, about those, the obedient food, sophisticated moral, they are the same thing. They cannot be redeemed.
From the same cesspool created by the establishments. And whatever they do, they believe they could outdo the system that created them. No, you need to destroy that system and create something new outside it. If you really want to say you are not going to be controlled by it. But they don't know that. They don't.
And you see, for those ones, it's everything about them is just dead on arrival. Nothing. Absolutely nothing is coming out from there. So, coming back to Tinubu, if you take your time, every time you upload most of those your videos, when he's talking and how he's talking, I really, let me just make it clear to you. Actually, I am also in the medical field. I am also I'm an auditor. I audit anything medical. So whether
give us your own objective opinion too. Like my first caller said, like it's her field, and she said she really feels so bad for him. Forget about other things. Like personally, she feels bad because she deals with aged dementia patients like that, and it's actually a huge work that sometimes she is going to be off. Like currently, according to her, is not there anymore. There's nothing there anymore. So give us your own objective opinion too, Ken.
So you see, this guy, as you are saying, Maiyegun, this guy currently is going to be on a lot of psychotropic meds.
Right.
Meds like very extremely, very powerful ones. Quantopine, lorazepam. He's likely going to be on it. You know why? Because if you pay attention when he's talking, you think he's talking, he go off the way. Off the point. And then you can't even put together what he's even trying. Exactly. So people that they are on very serious meds. Now, it might not be because he has a behavior. No, you don't have to have a serious behavior to be on a very serious psychotropic med just to see if they can have you on those meds to control you a little bit so that you don't go off the way. But if you also pay attention in each of the videos you display, you will see that the guy is gradually not just whining about his system.
It's like he's cooked. Like some will say, like he's already cooked with different dosage of here and there. The ones that would be like so strong enough just to keep him alive and look like he's alive and appear somewhere, and they take him away. That kind of things, Wow.
So like what the lady said again, the whole thing is just a complete. It's just like a smoke screen. They are using him as a smoke screen so that by the time he capus, it goes off there. The awaiting Boko Haram sympathizer it's going to be the event. Exactly. That
so
is the key thing.
Easy work, easy peasy.
Exactly. That's why when I see these people around him, and then you hear Wasiu, that one is also playing. Well, I'm like, well, what the heck am I even saying?
Like,
I mean,
you know, when people told me, Ken, you know, when people told me that, man, this is so irritating as much as it is funny, when I played the last one, when I realized that it won't even let him say a word, right? I said, this is so irritating as well. Like, how could this day be so ridiculous in his own campaign? They won't let him say a word. Then I'm like, I'll come back to your word. They've cooked him up so much that it could barely make a word. I mean, a sentence. It's making sense now.
But if this thing you just said now, the point you just laid out now, isn't that the same thing we were talking about? That there is no way on the surface of this earth they will allow Tinubu to go into any debate with whether Omoyele Sowore or P2B or any of these people. They will never. Guess what? Because they will skin him alive. He will practically be non-existent. So, and that's why you see the other idiot, Festus Otopo. He keeps talking about, oh yeah, he's the man to beat. That's why he cannot be attending to this thing because some people, the way the audience, the way this and that. I'm like, yeah, right. You know what? Tell that to the monkeys. We all know this. The guy is not normal. So don't tell us that you don't want him to debate or to come on air. After all, at the end of the day, you've been shielding the guy. You've been shielding him, so we know why you're already shielding him. Yes. Look, on the final note, this is the key thing I wanted to see if you have the time to follow up with.
Yes, go on.
Is that whenever Tinubu is on stage and he's talking, pay attention to all parts of his body, and then not just because the way he talks. If you pay attention, you see that. I can't remember again. Whether it's the left or the right. Yeah. He keeps moving his hand towards that place where they, you know, that thing. I'm trying to recall what it's called. Catcher. You know, where you urinate, you put the thing goes in there, right? Yeah. So he's always adjust that thing, and then when in the course of doing that,
something that they, you know, urine bag. So
it's like a bag.
You are right. So see, you might be right, to Ken, right? You know, sometimes when he's walking, that left hand, because that bag you are talking about, the people suspected that he's always at this left side. Now, when he's walking, he's always bending, and he put this hand on his left side more. Okay. Me, I thought say this akpa, it don't go to law like maybe the thing I don't affect this hand. So are you telling me that it could possibly be holding the catcher to make sure that everything plumb to the side?
Exactly, because you see if that's in box, it will be obvious because you could see the
you could just like say it just rained.
Exactly.
If the tissue burst.
So yes, and people like him that carries those kind of things. Let me be absolutely clear. In fact, any of my medical colleagues who are on your platform will tell you, people like this are mostly on that. They will definitely be on that. Because when I audit, when I audit this medical situation, like medical autism waiver or psychiatric something, a huge chunk of them that wear that thing, they are mostly on diapers. And not just one, they could have like 2 diapers on them. In addition to that, with maybe if they're on boxer, that might be there, maybe just for accidents. Right. Okay. So, but technically, Tinubu, I am absolutely very sure that he's on a very serious set of medications that
sedative,
is just
absolutely what is it they call that? Strong painkillers, different shoot up here and there. This or more. God go see how much in a drug cabinet will look like, his medicine cabinet will look like. It's just going to be like a drug store. See, Ken, let me take another call. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Now, let's take another one. Here we go. Hello there.
Oh, hello, Maiyegun. How now?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for all the messages. Well, the one I'm calling about to.
Right. I mean, I wanted to say thank you for turning up every night. Then, with that, you have the time. So, how are you?
I'm blessed, thank you. You know why I'm calling? I saw one of your program, and this I don't know whether it's been discussed earlier on because I just joined you. Okay. You know, it's about this declaration.
Yeah, is that of the Yoruba nation, right?
Absolutely, and because I knew they said it's going to be done
about that, or you want to ask me a question? I'll wait.
I have to. You know why? Because I saw your analysis, and this is what, you know, I have to be honest, I've been attending some of this meeting as well.
Okay.
In fact, Maiyegun, some of your analysis, when I've been in some of this, I'm just saying it, you know, when they were in Yoruba World Congress.
Right.
Yeah. That's some guys in that place. Like you said, some of them, they will say they're doctors, they're this, they're engineers, they're that. But when they start putting arguments, you know, because it's a group, people put issues on the platform.
Yeah, for everybody to contribute.
Absolutely. And for whatever reason, they start mentioning this issue of Biafra, that they have to kick them out in Lagos. And just like you've always questioned this on your program. Yes. And now say, how would that help us? How would that help the Yoruba struggle? Immediately I start saying things like that, the owners of platform or the owners of Nigeria, so to say, you just see people start attacking you, yeah? And why I'm going here is just to draw the parallel on what has just happened recently. Because when you are in a group, you think you are fighting for a common goal. Yeah? You just find out that no, there is a lot of betrayers around us.
And different interests. Agenda, here and there.
Agenda. Yes, absolutely. And, you know, this is the sort of thing we've been seeing. Anyway, because my view did not agree with them, I said, look, if anything at all, you and the Oduduwas and the Biafran, they should agree together. We should be working together.
There should be no fight.
Even though, absolutely, there should be no fight. Look, the problem is we may have our differences. Yeah, we may have our differences. And that's, even if you look at the British, the English and the Scottish,
yes,
it doesn't mean that they're best of friends, but they have to learn to coexist.
They have to, because even when we break up, we'll still be neighbors sharing.
We have to. Yeah, exactly.
Now, let me say
absolutely.
Let me tell you something, okay?
Go on.
I am going to do, I don't know if you have heard that, okay? Especially in this area of declaration and all that, okay? We have so much to make people understand, especially when it comes to self-determination, you know, advocacy and all that. Because when this whole thing started, right, I discovered that for those who remember very well, I don't know if you do yourself, and I will remind you, okay? You will remember that immediately after 2015, a guy came out, very, very vociferous, like very vocal and all that. And his name is Adeyinka grandson. It was my friend.
I know video is really in prison now. Yeah, I like him.
He was my friend. So, and he started by telling the Yorubas what Yorubas are missing from being part of Nigeria. A very, very detailed, educative stuff. And Yorubas love challenges where they can question what you believe in. So in the process, a lot of people agreed with him that we are indeed shortchanged. He kickstarted this modern Yoruba. He called it Oduduwa Republic at the time. Here you get. And he wrote so much about it. However, he attracted a lot of people's attention, but he didn't attract the right attention he wanted. He wanted attention that would make him look like the best thing that happened to the Yoruba race after the discovery of sliced bread. A lot of people don't like that in Yoruba land. So the attention he now attracted was to go violence, sort of violent, right? By then telling or sort of constantly reminding the disadvantaged young Yorubas that if they want their future, they must reject Nigeria. Those, like violently. He was going to use chemical weapon. He was going to kidnap prominent Nigerians to show that Yorubas want to go. All these are alien to Yorubas. All of us who are currently old enough, they will tell you, Yorubas we are not violent. Not that kind of violence. You know what I mean? However, he was only doing all that to attract to attract attention, rightly or wrongly. But eventually attracted the attention of people who think like that. People who say, if you want freedom, you must fight for it, even though they have never fought in their life for anything, for real, for free talk.
Right.
So he attracted them. He made so much friends. He got so much audience and all of that. Then he blew himself up. How?
He did.
I'll tell you. I said
Lagos Igbo issue.
I said after 2015.
Yes.
So then he said, before 2019, he said, Yorubas in Nigeria, they are members of APC because Tinubu started APC. And Tinubu is the most prominent Yorubas. In his book, I'm going for it. And therefore, Tinubu is the Yoruba leader. Every Yoruba must respect anything Tinubu wants politically. And mind you, 2-3 years back, he was telling the Yorubas that the reason why we are suffering in Nigeria is because of the Fulanis. Then he switched over to the Igbos. The Igbos are the reasons why we are what we are facing as a people. Now, remember I said he started from telling Yorubas what we are missing as being part of Nigeria, something that could get you thinking, like what should be done.
Correct.
But what he didn't tell people then was that when Yorubas are being maltreated, when we are being impoverished, when we are being subjected to whatever we are facing today, Nigeria was doing all of that to us, not directly. It was doing it to us through our own Yoruba brothers and sisters holding political offices.
Yes.
He didn't say that. So, like I said, it didn't take long before he blew his own cover and he said, Tinubu is the leader of Yoruba. And we said, okay, hang on, don't mix it together. You want a sovereign Yoruba nation, which is away from Nigeria. He said, yes. Then you said Tinubu is the leader of Yoruba, but Tinubu wants one Nigeria. He said,
absolutely.
He said Tinubu wants to be president of Nigeria, and then he would declare Yoruba nation. I said, this guy is mad. I didn't spare him. You get that now? Remember I said he's my friend, right? I didn't spare him.
I know, yes.
I quickly came out and told people, I said, if you are listening to him, it's your choice. Is that you are suffering from schizophrenia, you are schizophrenic, and then you have a mental problem that you don't know of. That's what you believe in. It didn't take time before he spoke himself into trouble, preaching AIDS.
Trouble. Yes.
Now, I have used this, I decided to say all of this because look at today. We have different crop of characters making declaration in the name of Yoruba nation, arrogating to themselves the kind of influence they don't have, all because they have people listening to them. So these characters, they may be shouting Yoruba nation, Yoruba nation. Adeyinka grandson represents the product of the Yorubas who listened to the older Yorubas, who told the generation that came after them that the reasons why Yorubas is underdeveloped is because of other people, not them. So Adeyinka grandson came from that product. And there are many Yorubas like that who blame everybody for the underdevelopment of Yoruba land, the backwardness in Yoruba land, the poverty in Yoruba land, and everything that is wrong with Yoruba land. They blame everyone else, but the actual people who did it. So that's why I said that if you hear declaration that people are saying Igbos are this or that, and you're like, but you are Yoruba nation. Are we not supposed to be friends? These are the people who can't hide their bigotry for too long. They are Yorubas. Won't deny them. Okay? but they don't represent us. 100%.
No, they don't.
At the right time, we will tell you their story. We will tell you who they are, and eventually they will fizzle out, like Adeyinka.
They have to. Yes. Yes. And I think that and I think we have to let our Igbo brothers, understand that. Look, the young generation, they are not seeing. They are not from. They don't share the same philosophy like those people propagating hatred that Lagos Igbos have inherited Lagos, blah 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 blah. They need to get rid of them. And Tinubu is making that as part of his campaign. This in Arizona, because I've been listening now and then.
Yes.
Yes. But the issue.
Yeah, he's appealing to his base. That's what happened. Okay, you see all this bigotry, all this statement. Yeah, they are not making them any. Call them dog whistle. They are appealing to their base. There are Yorubas that are so bigoted, full of bigotry. Okay. Yeah. And I must agree. We have Igbos who are so bigoted as well, full of bigotry. As well. So you get. So they exist. But the bottom line is that those of us who know better, it is now upon us to always do better, so that we don't get caught up in that kind of bigotry, because they exist. Trust me, they do, and I see them all the time.
I do. Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm speaking. That's why I know this is a public conversation. That's why I'm highlighting this. Yeah, it's very important so that people who may have some divided minds to think, oh, maybe we cannot trust the Yorubas, we cannot trust the Igbos. But the question is,
a Yoruba man.
Exactly,
they don't trust Igbos because they are Yorubas. They are not speaking for me. And if you are an Igbo man that says that you don't trust Yorubas, you are on your own. I know Igbos that will tell you are not speaking for them too. So the bottom line is that the worst of us that have always been speaking out or representing us, it is time for the silent majority, because we are the majority. The good people who can think right. But majority of us are full of doubts. We know what is right, but we are full of doubt of saying them. While ignorant people, maggots, and then the bigots, so to say, are so confident, and they go out there to say so. Speaking for us. So it's upon us. It's up to us now.
Absolutely. So where I'm going now is that, look, we've made that statement. Look, there will always be people that say, "Oh well, we do not understand the Igbo, we don't understand the Yorubas." But the central principle is that, look, whether we trust ourselves or not, we have to learn to live together. Yes. And the united we stand, divided we fall. Because all this existential thing that is coming, if we don't work together, we are giving all these people who are coming to disseminate our land, we are giving them the leeway, but they're going to divide us. So common sense means we have to stick together. Secondly, if I could make this point, if you don't mind, you see this the issue of declaration. You see, even me, I don't know Mrs. Onitiri, and but all I know is that she has a positive attribute, right? So Yoruba, the way we Yoruba are structured, we don't tend to have one leader. And historically, we need to understand that, because if you look, that's why we have Oba Alake of Egbaland, or Yo of this, or Oni of Ife. You see, and we need to have intellectuals that can really, really modernize the way the Yoruba has been structured. Yes. Look, this declaration still boils down on the fact that, oh, is this person that made it? It's not from me. And it doesn't look sensible, given that the people who are actors,
and they are planning to make some people to have some apartments in that world until we dismantle the lies.
By God's grace, and if Maiyegun, you remember when you and Princess were having discussion one other time? Princess said, "Look, last, it's me and you that we are living in diaspora that will come and do this." You can see it's eventually, because look, people that you think that they are working for us, that suddenly you just find out that, oh, it's me that ought to have done that. I mean, you can do declaration. Why can't we work together?
I know.
It doesn't make sense, and we are learned. Sure, you understand. Anyway,
I'll tell everybody how we arrived here soon.
Oh.
And the reason why I want to say how we arrived here is to make sure to see if we can still save some of our people they have misled. They have been given a false hope. And now
Yes.
They have created more confusion. It is all deliberate. We need to tell that story. If you get that now, even even though it may not be comfortable. Are you with me? It may not be comfortable telling it, but we have to. Noticing
I'll be looking out for that.
Of chaos, the level of chaos we are seeing now, and how much people feel like, oh no, so we have to. But again, Baba, the bottom line is that
I'll let you go.
The bottom line is that we are our own helper. Whatever we want,
yes,
making it happen, it will come from us and not someone else.
Not from any organization.
And like you said,
not from any organization.
If we don't come together, like really wanting it, then we can just consider this as a circus. And I don't like circus.
No.
I don't like circus show.
No.
For something important. So therefore, we have to make sure that the real people, because the bottom line is this, right? In a nutshell, right, Baba? In a nutshell, we turned a lie, or let me say we nearly turned a lie into something real. And this caught these guys off guard. And again, they have no idea how they even arrived here. They have no idea how they became people you are quoting. They have no idea how they become so important that so many of you are actually expecting them to sort their problems and come together and continue to lead you. They have no idea what all of you are talking about. Some of you are making all these things up because they have misled you for so long. We turn the lie to truth with them. And it's going to be a time that we have to tell the truth so that people can know that when you say Yoruba nation, you are not actually doing it to worship individuals, okay? You are doing it because you think the future and the generation coming after you, they have none in this Nigeria. If you care about them, you should begin to fight for something better than this Nigeria for them. Do you get that now?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Have a great day, Maiyegun. And I'm sure we'll be waiting to hear the news from you.
No, it's not news. It's going to be a lecture.
It's not news?
Yeah, it's going to be like a lecture, you know, something that everybody go sit down. Some of you know the story. Some of them you don't. But whichever way that it happens, you know, me, I'm a good storyteller. I'm not going to tell a lie because the people I'm going to talk about are alive and they can debunk anything I say. It's for the posterity's sake, my brother, sir. So it's not going to be like, but look out for it. I'm also looking out for it.
I can't wait.
I've been tempted to do it on Sunday. I was saying that, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Then I'm like, Sunday sermon. The time we I know they hold back. Me, I don't want to insult anybody. I don't want to disrespect anybody. On Sunday, I am always free to disrespect me, you know, to do whatever I like. So I'm in between. But nevertheless, Baba, we will resolve this. None of these actions is going to be the Yoruba nation. Listen, it is something that has come to stay, okay? And let me be honest with you. Let me be honest with you, right? The people, let me say, the people that are doing the most job to bring about the sovereign Yoruba nation, the sovereign Biafra Republic, they are the same people in charge of Nigeria today. What we are only doing is to prepare the mind of the people for what is coming. And that's our own
Which
job.
is the most important thing.
None of this wahala, none of this nonsense is going to derail anything. Okay, instead of this struggle to derail, I can bet this, and you can take it to the bank tonight. The people who are imposters, the people who are pretending to be what they are not, the people
we dig them out. We dig them out.
That would derail. Trust me. If Maiyegun is one of those,
it's a question of time.
If Maiyegun is one of those who is trying to derail this, now Maiyegun will derail. Take that to the bank.
God forbid. God forbid.
No,
you are one of the pillars.
Just saying, just to let you know that
I know.
let nobody arrogate any relevance to themselves, old or young. Okay,
absolutely.
Popular or not popular. Let no mortal arrogate any power to himself when it comes to the people's struggle, Yoruba nation or Biafra Republic. Let nobody, because without them,
you're right.
Without them, with what Nigeria has become, it is eventually going to happen, with or without us. Take that to the bank.
I believe that.
Thank you very much, and you have a good evening. I have another caller, a quick one, as we are rounding up tonight. Hello there. Say, talks, Connie. Is that talks?
Well, so that's more.
You know, I love calling you talks. So, Ola Tokumbo.
Yeah, I know.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, my brother. I just decided to call you tonight and just tell you thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
I thank God for a human being like you on this planet, and people who stand by you and defend you.
Thanks, man.
And I will keep on telling you, Maiyegun, they will drop me before they drop you.
And none of us is going to drop as long as we stand on this truth. Yeah? You know what they say? Talks. You know what they say? Truth may not win you many friends. But do you know something? It will win you real friends. Not true friend, though. Real friends. Because real friends are true friends. So even if we are so lonely, with our own positions and sincerity, we are never alone. That's what I believe. Talks.
Yeah, man, drop you better go boy now. Drop out to you, valuable. Only no toidu or shikailuni. And they think that because you are the true tea of the town, you have been a wicked man.
Right.
The people who think you're wicked are the people who are saying, minister. Man, please, the realistic truth is this. I've watched Tinubu's movies. I've watched his speeches. In fact, movies which are going on.
Where's the motivation?
And I'm telling my people that
I'm Yoruba. Anything, okay? Let's even remove the fact that
I don't hate the man.
Okay? Like for real, where is the motivation there? Let's be honest.
I have no hate for the man. His son and I went to the same primary school in VI.
Yeah.
And I look at him and I think to myself that if this was my own father, my son was hey, daddy, what you doing is wrong. It's wrong. Tinubu is going off track.
No. Even family member will say, Tokumbo, like you go still, they go still no say you do your own. Say, me, I don't like all this. So.
Gala. Sheyi Tinubu is the biggest deceit of a family member on this planet. Oh, Maiyegun.
It is well.
Thank you very much. I will keep on saying today, it was a great pleasure meeting you in London.
It is.
And I will see you soon. I will see you soon in Glasgow. Don't worry. You don't know.
I'm going to Manchester next. I'm going to be in Manchester sometime soon. And that Manchester is going to be called Manchester. I'm not going to tell you. Don't worry yourself. I just told you.
No. Don't worry about that. I know I meet Manchester already. Yeah. But I Glasgow living on in some point. Because I come Glasgow.
You are welcome. Let me take another one before we call it tonight, Baba.
Thank you.
Now, let me, I have another veteran here. I love the fact that when it comes in, it just lights up the room. I light up the room as well. Ahmed.
How
are you tonight? You can water to funny temple. I'll look for one. Trust me, I never run out of any anyway. So I'll look for one that I will never forget. How are you, Baba? Lafia ko.
Lafia kalau.
You see, Lafia kalau mandala.
Madala. Yara da mata yara lafiya ko?
Ati
Yara.
Gado abi na gido abi dado. Anyway.
No, gida.
Gida.
Gida lafiya kalau ya yara ya mata.
Lafiya kalau.
Lafiya. Alhamdulillah. So Allah ya musu albarka.
Allah kiyaye.
àmì ló máa end Allah musu albarka.
Allah musu albarka. Èwo ni Allah kí ayé.
Allah kí ayé kọ́lọ́ má jàre. Allah mú.
So even when you pray for me there, when I say Allah kí ayé, I'm saying Ọlọ́run ní jàre nìyẹn.
As in Allah kí ayé ó ní bó ṣe máa lò Allah kí ayé náà gàbà kọ́lọ́ má jàre bí. Ọlọ́run má jàre bí. Allah kí ayé àbí ṣe ó ní ṣe ká Allah kí ayé. Ọlọ́run má jàre bí àdúrà ni.
Àmín o. Again. Now you've been part of us tonight again, and I bet you have one or two things to add too.
Maiyegun, I just did watch that earlier. I can't wonder each time you play this guy's tape when they fuck up, Baba, I go just look see you don't share not to alone. People eat over around this man. But she wicked to me. That's where a lot of people don't see. People don't see this thing. And I just keep asking like, are they that blind or they are deaf?
I don't think they are blind.
She was dumb, even though na money. Now so now,
you know what Agbeke, yeah, Ahmed, you know what Agbeke asked me earlier today? All these years, she knows about Buhari. She'll be like, is that Buhari again? I'll be, yes, is he again? What did he do? The madman said this and that, and she'll be like, but why can't people, Then tonight she was like, which one is Tumbu? I said, no, just thief, noob. Like, no, I can't say that. I don't even know how to say that. I was like, say thief. Say thief. I said, Nubu. Say thief. Nubu. I said, which one is that again? He said, she was asking, she said, which one is that again? I said, the Buhari Pro Max. And you know what? She said, so people want somebody that is worse than Buhari. I said, they have them in abundance in Nigeria. Is he going to be their president? I mean, their president. I said, in Nigeria, they will make him their president, like that. And you know what? She was like, oh, that's true. That was how you told me then that this Buhari would deal with them. And she's so like, she remembers. Now she knows that Tinubu is coming. About calamity, come on, man.
Maiyegun, even my wife, you say, this Buhari guy, what's wrong with him?
Exactly. What is wrong with him? I will be like, why is Buhari coming to London? Okay, I remember now. She was like, so is that Tinubu also going to come to London like Buhari? I was like, he's already coming here. He's already here. He has already, like the same doctor treating Buhari is the one treating him. And she was like, man, I don't understand. I was like, you will never understand.
She doesn't say, hey,
she knows now. I mean, she's so used to this, right? She's used to me. She's used to all this. She's used to people talking on the phone. Now, hearing that somebody is now another Tinubu coming, and I said, that's like Buhari Pro Max. She was like, oh. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, and to bá sì mọ̀ Pro Max, ó mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run na market ọjà. Tinubu, Maiyegun, Tinubu ti lọ. Sọ́kò ti lọ.
Wọ́n ní Sọ́kò ti lọ.
Ó ti lọ. He don't go. Wala, that man don't go. See as that man dey talk, he just relax. Brazil. You know, if you dey garage, you carry your motor go garage. They come, as in, Oga for garage go send Omokolo Rewawa, Lord ya Kamoru I think comment. Kó ma wá sí, kó ma wá ọmọṣẹ́. Wàsíù, ìbọ̀lọ́wọ́ yìí kò Wàsíù, you know, that Wàsíù ìbọ̀lọ́wọ́, you know that kind of name now. They call him Wàsíù. Wàsíù sì ti mọ scope náà. Ó tún máa kí orin mọ́lẹ̀, ó tún mọ̀ pé bàbá wọn fọkàn. Everybody á jó lọ. Then El-Rufai, all of them, then they get. You see that El-Rufai, one more plan. They know their plan. Maiyegun, they know their plan. Maiyegun, remember when they not say when Baba Ahmed, elder brother, say, if people want power, they have to come and negotiate with the only bullshit. So, like, you have to come and negotiate that power. Even Rufai said,
if they want to cede the power to the South, you have to come and negotiate it.
Yes, you have to come and negotiate it. You cannot stand and tell us that powers must shift to the South. Yes. So that power I'm play on politics. Báwọn jagabandit àwọn batidiots bó ṣe ń kóra wọn káàkiri tó ń ṣe òyìnbó káàkiri wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti claim wọn ní politics ní ibẹ̀. But because of their greed, they will never see it. And they played them, they brought the Tinubu to come. If that you want to talk about competency, okay, want a candidate, why can't they bring in Oshibanjo? Shebi they were talking about, I don't support any of them. I don't support any of them.
We are saying that physically, somebody that can even come and make a proper speech and lie to people and say, wow. Now people like us, they don't feel lied to. Sure you get. No matter what in them, no matter grammar we speak.
People have been, people have been projecting Oshibanjo Zulu. They have been projecting Oshibanjo Zulu. Or Oshibanjo, or Oshibanjo Patami, Baba
pandemic.
So, yes, they were projecting those two, but it went more with Oshibanjo and Zulu. But if I see things different, the only ticket, but she didn't. I want to say, okay, it needs power, and we need opportunity to make that power return to the stay in the north. And this guy is not healthy enough. Let's bring him. Then we'll make, because if we bring him for bigger than anybody who are running me, he knows he will fail. He knows inside him that if we fail, we have the numbers like they used to say. Then we will give him the numbers.
Let me corroborate what you are saying so that people listening to you, they can know that there is actually a full details about what you just said now. Okay. When Tinubu met with Pafashonoti, the Afenifere singer of that time, Tinubu was telling them how he got the tickets. I could look for that video and share that with you, but it's in Yoruba, but I'll tell you what he said there, right? In that video, he said, he said, Emma Jekin by Ruffin. I'll say this in English for the sake of those listening, okay? He said, don't let me lie to you. He got to a stage. They have already blocked me everywhere. They have already, to the point that I was like, they want to shame me. But I want to say it to all of you here. Thank El Rufai. You see that one in Kaduna, El Rufai? I want you here. He was talking to Afenifere. Go and look for that video. He said, I want you all to thank El Rufai because last minute, hang on, he said, last minute, El Rufai pulled the stunt that put him back into that contest. That even Buhari called him and said, how did you do it? How did you do it? That's what Tinubu said. Buhari called him and said, how did you do it? That everyone around him in the villa is like they've concluded on you, like gone. How did you turn it around? That you managed to convince El Rufai? Now, the evil genius that make Tinubu a candidate that is campaigning everywhere today, it's not Tinubu's money, it is El Rufai. And like you said, they told him he has to come back and negotiate. A lot is going to eventually come out after this. But I just want to acknowledge that.
And do you remember that the same El Rufai, he took out Balabante, the deputy he brought, the one from the southern Kaduna, and he brought, that one is a Christian, Balabante, Barnabas Bala. We call him Balabante.
Yes.
And he brought Adiza Balaredi,
Ahmed,
a Muslim.
Ahmed. They said,
right.
They said, great minds think alike. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because he was the first person. It was the first person when they started this whole thing. It was the first person to say Nigerians who told him that he was going to lose Kaduna for using Muslim tickets. He buried them in Kaduna. That if Tinubu chose to use Muslim tickets, he's going to win. And so it is. Muslim ticket
he pushed that. He pushed that.
So you are right.
See, if you talk about arrogance,
yes,
El-Rufai is a very arrogant human being. And Maiyegun, I'm telling you this. I said this sometimes, but I told you, El-Rufai's mother, his mother, she lives on my street. The way the house called GRA, beside the GRA, so ile iya ojino sile wa o ma wa on a steady. They come that side. When he even the minister for Abuja, they come that side. In mama, they waka for street anyhow. El-Rufai get one Mumu brother, all those kind impesa brother like that.
Right.
That guy they waka street anyhow. Owo to ma wa la ko bobo yi o na won boys to je ko man tell o ma gbe lo ohun ko sha ti mu mineral ni tite. They will go buy all those kind things. In mama, if biti here arrogant, only arrogance in Lara. So we know where they come from.
Where he head now from?
Yes. We say I sabi mama. She dey come around, she dey enter people's house like Omani kakiri. So ko fun elo gan ko ni fe fun elo and to ba sọ̀rọ̀ te gan a wo pe iru o fun mi lo to ma sọ̀rọ̀ ti she dey very arrogant.
To look down on you and
say look at so they can't use old age they play and say I have to fight it down as in na old age the warrior you know really old people na their character that so they carry and enter old age. You know, tell me see. Forget some things where old people go do. Some people go say they do madness. They claim say now old. But she 1 year right from start. But she 1 year now so them be. So no can use any old this thing. I want Agbatiwa, Alagbanle.
Yes.
My grandma still did. She know they misbehave. She was that shaka and toba soro say or advice toba fun wo bi eda ko ma any to soro yi one million follow. So forget old people say they grow mental they kolo for head. So ibi toba nse gbogbo were won lo come worry o ma se debi to je pe awon fra
you know the one I was expecting you to touch as well, which I will remind you quickly before you go. People who don't understand why we are exposing all these things happening and then linking them to their present situation as we speak. These are the characters who are busy blackmailing Yorubas. Now, you as a Yoruba man, you've said what you have said, and whoever is not happy about it, they can also pick up the phone and they come and explain how they are not happy. But you said what you said. But you as a Yoruba man, looking at that Tinubu they are trying to blackmail you with, which insults me. I feel insulted. You as a Yoruba man, that you are, are you not a Yoruba man? Forget everything you have seen. Yes, it's demented. Are you not insulted that somebody is trying to blackmail you or call you names because you are not in support of this nonsense?
I insulted someone like that. He's a Yoruba friend. So we eventually talked on the phone. So you can't say, come, me and Tinubu are the supporters. You be Yoruba, you are more Yoruba, money, or she prepared best of Abaye, everybody was stand. Motone Funi, or come, Namidi, so money only a down, kilo coming, she are they on a Nigeria.
Now, you are going to tell me is that she be Yoruba war. Why don't you support it? Show
no, this guy na my friend. Now my friend, so you don't think with me and you never even talk. As you can't say more talk, me will tell you don't enter politics. The moment we go talk, say Baba, how far this our election? When you
election,
you on an election, you do. Me kuna di do man. Me I di Nigeria I want do election. Probably Jagaban you. You can't support when you come. You won't act like hypocrite. You know they see my post for Facebook. Come, waiting be your problem. That you confess for or you only Fatima. Anything Fatima. mo ní tó bá tún mention ọmọ Yorùbá kò ní dá fún ẹ. Torí a máa ń ṣe pé mo máa ń gbégbó tí àfi ìsọta ń gbé ìsọ mo ní tó bá tún mention ọmọ Yorùbá pé mo jẹ kò ní dá fún ẹ bó ṣe wà yẹn. Àbórí ẹ̀ burú ni kí ló kàn mí kan Yorùbá.
All you have to tell me about Tinubu is that is Yoruba, and the another thing you will tell me is that he built Lagos, as if to say as if to say many of those who are watching me right now are not watching Lagos.
They hear now. They hear waiting this guy. Last as we talk, you can come to say based on the question. I show on best. You will make it with it. Eloma digo fan with the father. God I beg. And kilo fẹ́ wá fún mi mo ní wàlíù ni wọ́n wá tọwọ́ bọ̀ mí lápò kí ni mo fẹ́ wá fún àbúrí ẹ̀ yìí. Wo mo ní I get something to do. I get specialty. I no get time. Only I come kò tí dé bẹ́ẹ̀ he wan come turn am to play. Wà náà àlàyé kò tí tó bẹ́ẹ̀ because we dey play with am well. Wọ́n á ní wo leave abeg you don vex me I go call we go talk later. Mo ṣe call
phone now it's annoying, it's insulting as well, like somebody calling you and say ṣé wọ́n ṣe Yorùbá ni. Okay, so if I want to look at what my life and the life of those I care about should look like, I should consider because I mean, show why.
Because somebody show you really
make a call on the night. Thank you very much for stopping by. As always, thank you so much. Lafia allow Madala. I don't know.
Say the Safi. I said say the Safi. Udaro. Say the Safi.
Say the Safi. Say the Safi.
Udaro. Then you say to Allah Kemu.
To Allah Kemu.
Olo ajiwari. Because the right time, the right this thing. We need to. Okay, no Allah.
No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Imagine if I am multilingual. I mean, lingual. Maybe I speak Igbo. I speak every language. I go star now. I wish.
Baba, if I don't scatter everywhere, I won't really you about to who be this guy? As he gets so sad, they give them headache. Talk more, say you can't speak three language. You want to buy any?
I go be terror. Baba. Every time I remember that I've got so much bills to pay. I've got so much here and there. To sit down, they can't cram these languages. Can't become like say person who wants to study how to go to the mass.
And you know, but not time. You reach time when we say you want learn.
YouTube can help me and the rest of that, boy. It's just that life is no easy. Life no easy. Too much thinking about and you know what I mean. So I will manage. I'm going to work on it. I keep promising. I'll work on it. Have a good one. Thank you so much and good night. Now this is where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. Thanks for being with me being part of this tonight again. Okay, I'm going to see you some other time. If you're just joining us, you can watch this from the start if you want. You can skip all the music as well and just go listen to the part where I was talking, and then you can listen to people who called in as well, who made their own contribution known, which add more and more flavor to this chat tonight. So thank you very much for spending that with me. I'm going to see you some other time, but I will leave you with this. Oh, hang on. I'll not leave you with that. I'll see you some other time because that's going to take an extra time from us. So don't leave without liking the broadcast. Like it, share it, subscribe, and the next time it's going to be me and you. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Naibi #1. bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Naibi #1. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Naibi #1. Maiyegun Diary Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Naibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Naibi #1. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Naibi #1. àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Naibi #1. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá tí ń gbà rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.